Y'all already know what it is. It's the Bay Boys, and we back in the area.
Just win, baby.
What it do? What it do?
What it do? What it don't do?
What it
What it
don't do?
don't do?
It do. It don't do. And sometimes it just don't do. It just don't do. You know.
You feel me? You feel me? Welcome, welcome, y'all. Welcome
I
to the
mean,
Bay
you're teasing
Area
me though.
Raiders.
You're teasing me though. You're making me think Tom Brady's going with another don't do's. But you know, it's okay. Well, I'll let you do the
Yeah,
intro. You do the intro.
Tom
We'll
Brady
let you
about
do
to
the
tell
intro.
us what it don't do.
What it don't do? Well, Tommy boy. I mean,
Yeah,
we will never forget. Tommy
yeah.
boy.
We.
We will
You
never
know what?
forget.
It's funny that you say. You know what? It's funny. It's funny that you said that. Because I meant to ask you about this. Because we gonna get into the show, but
Oh,
we gonna get off
was
the
I
freeway
watching
real
that
quick.
game? Oh, I was watching the hell out of that game.
So, hey, so I want to ask you. So, how do you feel about Tom Brady, the Tampa Bay? I mean, not the Tampa Bay, but the New England Patriot coming here, and it's all forgiven when it comes to him. What are your thoughts when it comes to that?
You know what? Tom Brady is a goat. I even if his career kicked off on the tuck roll, Woodson was right. It did. Even if he did, Tom Brady did something with it that no one else has ever done. I can't hate the man. I just want that for my team. So if he's gonna bring that to my team, let's go. That's all I got. It's that simple.
So basically, if he brings us the Super Bowl, all is forgiven.
I was first given.
All is
Hey,
forgiven.
hey, it's Super Bowl
Welcome,
month.
welcome. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We're gonna have a good show tonight. We having a good show tonight. It's your boy Black, the quarterback with Business Decision Sports with the Bart, and you got the good Raider here. So make sure y'all like both channels. Make sure you subscribe because you're gonna see a lot of us come to the season. Matter of fact, you're gonna see a lot of us right now. So
You're gonna see a lot of us right now going forward. So it's okay. We're good. You'll see us. We're here now.
yeah. Okay, let's say what's up to the people in the building. What's up with
Yo,
Sacktown Raider Mike? What's
Ready,
up with
Mike.
brethren? Bruce
We got Frank.
Willis?
We got
What's
Frank
good?
Weber
What's
in here now.
good? Yep. Frank Webb was good with your brother. Okay, all right. Bruce Willis. So
Me and my boy were discussing earlier, and y'all should know we have no shame in asking for your money because we need your money. If you got it, we want it.
we need it.
But I am not monetized yet on YouTube, so let's make that for me. Let's make that the first priority. This channel. I have another channel that's monetized on YouTube. That's a different story. Let's make this channel monetizable on YouTube, then we can go from there. I'll
Uh,
let you go ahead.
yeah, no, go ahead. So we wanted to open up the show.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, that's my cue. If you guys haven't heard, Chris Johnson came out today announcing that he's been diagnosed with ALS. So we kind of just wanted to take the time to touch on that, dude. Chris Johnson was a really good running back, man. He was extremely fast. Played for the Titans. So to see somebody who's that fast, and we haven't seen Chris Johnson since his retirement from the NFL, and it seems like this thing happened a bit after his NFL career, and there's no relations there. And I've done enough research in ALS, and I haven't found anything relating to sports about it, so I don't think this is sports related. And he also has no family history. This is the 90% of people who have ALS are just spontaneous ALS. We don't know where it comes from, how it starts. And unfortunately, it's unfortunate to see somebody like Chris Johnson in this. However, I don't want to speak too much about his feelings because we don't know that this could be a blessing for him. We don't know that. Just from us from the outside looking in, we just want to say we just want to send condolences to the family. And again, he's not dead, right? I mean, this is remember the Titans, the movie. You know, the guy got paralyzed, and Gary Bertier goes to the hospital, and the guy's name is Gary Bertier. Who's the other guy's name? The black guy's name? And remember the Titans.
Yeah, remember.
He goes to the hospital. He starts giving him all this idea of we should take you to this place and this place. And Gary looks at him and goes, dude, I'm paralyzed. I'm not dead. Like, don't count me out just because So again, never count them out, but we do want to say we're sending our prayers in regards to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And he seems like he's in good spirits. All things considering, because you never know how you would respond to this unless you're in this situation. I
Mhm.
mean, I saw it; it broke my heart because, like you said, he was a real good player. You give him the
It was
ball, you
good.
better hurry up and get to the corner because he's gonna be 88 and out the gate because he's out of there. And
Hmm.
one
Hmm.
thing I would say is, if he can help someone else get an early diagnosis, then this would be all. I don't want to say worth it because I don't remember exactly the words that he used, but he was basically saying how you turn this
Yeah.
negative into a positive if you can bring awareness to someone else to get diagnosed early. So
Right.
I know us as men, we don't like to go to the doctor and all that other stuff, but
Not me. I go to my doctor. I go to my doctor at least once every 6 months. I'm just letting y'all know right now.
nice,
Yeah, yeah. I get my
nice.
stab. I'm
I
messing
ain't
around
gonna
with that.
lie, I'm not one of those, and
I
I'm probably one of those that need to. So let's start working on
Yeah,
that as
yeah,
men. And so I definitely want to send my prayers definitely to the Chris Johnson family
family.
and pray for strength and wellness and
Yeah,
God's will.
yeah. God's will, indeed, indeed. Okay.
And another thing, I don't know if you guys are aware, but uh, our hunter Shane Leckler is fighting lung cancer, and he's definitely putting out a positive message as well. And I
Mm.
want to put him in our prayers as well too,
Hmm.
because he was the best player on our team for a while when we didn't have anybody, and he always flipped the field for us, and, and,
Oh
and
my
definitely he's
God.
a Hall of Fame type guy. So I'm
Mm.
sure he's a Hall of
Hmm.
Fame guy off the
Hmm.
field as well. And let's pray for him as well, y'all.
Gosh, Shane Leckler was so damn good. Oh, so good.
Yeah, let's put the
That's my
nines in the chat for him. Let's
that's
put the
my
nines
first
in the
like
chat for him.
that's like my first real punter to even like as a football fan. Like you never thought to like punters. Then Shane Leckler comes along, and you're just like, yeah, I like him.
Yeah, the thing about him is like I'm in the era with Ray Guy. Ray Guy was Shane Leckler before Shane Leckler because Ray Guy is in the Hall of Fame,
You
right?
guys in the elephant. About yelling Raiders, I cannot yell too much. I have a 2-year-old, so when it comes to yelling Raiders, I cannot yell Raiders in the chat. Y'all can yell Raiders though, but
Raider.
one thing I love, one thing I can tell you I love more than the Raiders is my son, and
Right,
it's
right.
neck to neck. It's neck to neck, but it is there. It is there.
Yeah, so thanks Bruce Willis for putting a nine in the chat for sure. So so tonight we got a couple things we want to talk about.
Mhm.
We want to talk about
This
TB12 and his
thin.
comments to the
I don't
Raiders.
even. I don't
Yeah,
even
you
know what
don't
this
even
comment
know.
is. I don't even know what this comment is. Just
So we're gonna
let's
get
talk
into
about it.
that. We're gonna get into Max's cryptic tweet. I haven't taken the time to try to break it down and pull out my decoder ring. So I got
Hmm.
my Bay
Hmm.
Area brother that's gonna let us in on a little insight and maybe what it really means. And then we're gonna talk about some other things. What was it? What else did you have? What did you have? It was one thing
Um,
that you said we were gonna talk about after
the Crosby thing. We gotta talk
uh,
about that.
Tom
The
Brady.
Crosby. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get to the tweet. Let's get to the Tom Brady situation
Okay.
on
Tom,
on
so tell me about 2025 struggles. Says there was nobody who did a good job.
yep.
I I
Tom
agree.
Brady calls out Raiders after the 2025 struggles. So the
I
Las
agree with
Vegas Raiders were just 3-14 last season, leading the wholesale changes and the top overall pick, which was used to select Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Suffice to say, Suffice to say, Fox Sports analyst and Raiders minority owner Tom Brady was not pleased with the 2025 campaign. He says, he said, I would expect a lot of improvement from where it's been. Brady said to the Stick to Football podcast. Last year, we just underperformed in every area, and it's everybody's fault. That's the reality. There's nobody who did a good job. There's not one player in the organization. There's not anybody involved that did the job to the level that it needs to be done at. And everybody needs to improve. And it starts with me. I love that. And it filters down to the rest of the players on the field. And they got to go out there and ultimately they got to perform at a high level.
Yeah.
Brother, what is your initial reactions to that?
My initial reactions may actually surprise you. That is, my initial reaction is actually about Tom Brady itself. Look, man. I think the national media is trying to push the narrative of Tom Brady being the new god in Las Vegas a bit too much. Okay. That aside, he's right. Everyone did bad last year. I mean, every single person was bad last year. There was not a we. Oh, what about Maxx Crosby? He didn't play well last year. He didn't play up to what he was supposed to be playing up to. Everybody was bad last year. He's right. That's it.
What about Genty? He was only 25 yards, 26 yards from 1,000. And considering that he got hit in the backfield
Yeah.
so many times, do you think that applied to him too?
Yes. Yeah. Of course, it applies to everyone. I mean, how many games did we win again? 3. I'm sure Genty wanted more than that.
Right. You know what? Go ahead.
Okay, I think what he's really getting at, in my mind, is this notion of let's cast blame on Pete Carroll and Pete Carroll's kids. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, sorry, Raiders. You have an entire team with coaches. Sorry, you got the 1-2 coaches that could not coach to save their life in Pete Carroll's kids, and the entire thing was their fault. No, everyone was at fault. Chip Kelly was at fault. I tell me one person that you said that was not at fault, right? Again, did Brock Bauer wanted to win 3 games? And I think that the point is we won 3 games. It's not about individual actions. We won 3 games. That's a collective. The team as a collective won 3 games. That's everybody's fault.
You know what? I absolutely agree with you on that. And it's funny because we haven't talked about this because remember, he didn't know anything about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even read the comment all the way until just now. And I agree. I totally agree. Like they're making this Tom Brady as like he's the GOAT already of minority owners. Like, first of all, I already got one eye on you already because it's like a Trojan horse. Like you got installed in here. And you probably was the last person that if we would have betted 10 years ago or even 5 years ago who was going to be the minority owner, I promise you nobody would have thought TB12 was going to be that guy. So exactly. I'm already watching him, but if he gets a Super Bowl, then like you said, all is forgiven. But with that being said, though, putting that part aside, because let's just look at it as a player, because he's looking at it as a player, right? Like as he's the GOAT, right? How it starts with the quarterback and it goes all the way down. It starts with the owner, even if it's the minority owner, because he's in place for the owner, and it works all the way down. And like you said, if you got 3 wins, there's not really much you should be jumping up and down for. You shouldn't be too excited. Brock Bowers didn't play well last year because he got injured, so he definitely didn't get his numbers. Maxx Crosby, although he played better than last year, he definitely did not play up to the level of how he normally plays before he was injured. Genty, you can say he played well, but he still should have got 1,000 yards. So it's enough to spread everywhere. I mean, the defense, we can't even blame nobody on the defense because they're not even here no more.
Exactly.
And Paul Mao, and we know that Paul Mao didn't play well. Shin played somewhat well, but as a team collectively with 3 wins, there's nothing to be excited about, and it's time to drop that hammer down and let everybody know the expectation is the expectation. The standard is the standard. And if you guys aren't with that, then you need to leave. If you're going to be in your feelings, you need to leave because what we're trying to do is have no feelings involved. Because one thing that even Kobe said, it could have been Kobe or Tom. No, it was Tom Brady. He said, if I yell at you, Tom Brady actually said this. And I think Kobe said something similar. But if I yell at you at practice and you get in your feelings and you have a hard time working around that in practice. Imagine when you have 70,000 people in the stands yelling
Mm-hmm.
at you. And so if you have a problem with that, then you have a problem. You're in the wrong place.
And I think just I was gonna my mind was thinking culturally, and I don't know why my mind would be thinking that. Let's just go with the word culturally. I think culturally we get in this idea that you can pick out individuals out of a team to blame them for everything that went wrong, and you're just like, you really the team won 3 games, and you think you can pick out one person whose fault it was that we had 3 games. Oh, it happens to be Brandon Carroll's son. What are you talking about here? So I play a competitive game every day. Game's called Valorant. For those of you who want good ways to do competitive things, video games are actually really good for that. It's a team game, but the reason I do it is the fact that it kind of keeps you in that idea of a team is a team, and you need to kind of keep reminding yourself that if you're part of the team, if you're not winning, you are also part of the reason you're not winning. And guess what? Every single player in that locker room knows that. You will never hear a player say, no, it was that person's fault. Players don't do that, right? It's the people who are trying to get clicks on YouTube that do stuff like that. Players know that if we didn't win, that's my fault. Don't look at the person next to you. I got to look at myself. So, and we can pick out who's messing up in a particular play. But once you look at the overall season, you quickly realize that the entire team just fell apart.
Yeah, well,
Rainbow Six Siege, love it. Yeah, go ahead.
championship mentality starts with self accountability. You don't
Exactly.
blame anyone else. Like he's installing a championship mentality, and these are things that I've been saying during this off season. Is a lot of the things that I've been hearing people say about the Raiders and how they feel about the Raiders and
Mhm.
how they're moving, and I'm saying they are moving like winners. Like they really
Right.
do have. One thing I can say about Tom Brady is he is bringing a winning attitude here. Now
Mhm.
the question is, can we rise to the level of what he's talking about?
Mhm.
And the things that he's saying is indicative of a winning culture. And I'm not talking about winning one championship because you can mess around and win one time, but we're talking about winning over and over and over because it gets harder and harder and harder
And
every
harder.
time you win.
Right.
So he's installing that culture within us, and we have it in our coach, but we also need it from the top down. Remember, I told y'all we
Right.
win champions. You win championships from the top down, not the player up.
Okay. The crazy thing to keep in mind is that when we're talking about the Raiders hiring process and the coaches, here's what I'm going to tell you that I've loved and didn't love. Hiring Josh McDaniels, I actually liked that. Firing Josh McDaniels when we did, I was not a fan of that. Yeah. Oh, I told you, I give you all kinds of controversy. Bringing in AP, I was definitely not a fan of that. Bringing in Pete Carroll, though, we all were kind of fans of that because we knew at the most it wasn't going to be permanent. We just needed somebody to just give us a kickstart, just bring some winning back. And it seemed like Pete Carroll, with all the experience, would be able to do that. But then we realized that maybe Pete Carroll was game wise was just a bit behind the age because what Pete Carroll brought in were a lot of good players who were kind of past their prime. But again, that may have been part of the plan because it did save us a whole lot of money. So we didn't spend a ton of money when Pete Carroll was coach. So it did give us that. But Pete Carroll was supposed to bring in that winning culture. He didn't. But now we have arrived at the point where the winning culture cannot start at the first game. It needs to start way before that. So that when the players get into the first game, you've already installed that idea that you are the Raiders, you can beat any team. And that's what this process is now, including what Tom Brady is doing. The season hasn't started yet, right? But you don't want to get to week one to start finding out if you're good enough to qualify. No. You want to do that before you even start practicing. Your mindset. So that when you show up to training camp, you're ready to go, right? So if you think last year wasn't your fault, again, players don't think this, it was your fault. Come back this year and do better, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Raider Rebel says, by the time Brady brings Chip Kelly in and that was his guy, and it was all. He said that's what all the report says. Yeah, let's just say it was his guy, and I'm with you. I despise the McDaniel's hire
Hmm.
for the same reasons that I look at the Tom Brady acquisition.
Hmm.
But I can understand Tom Brady because at least, well,
He
I
was a
guess it's
winner.
not fair. I
No,
guess
he
it's
was
not
a
fair to
winner.
say because McDaniel's is pretty successful. But I seen how he did in
In Denver.
Denver,
Hmm.
right? And so I just never felt good with that. And then especially how he did Derek Carr. So I'm happy that Tom Brady and the Raiders pulled the trigger as fast as they did on him, because if we would have went through another season and then try to make something happen and all
Right.
these politics going on, we wouldn't be where we are now. And I don't even think that we would have our team where it is now
Right.
culturally. We might have more wins, but I just think it would have been a fragile uh like French fries, empty calories, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like
Hmm.
so I like what we're building here now. But Chip Kelly, without Chip Kelly, because Chip Kelly was
Now,
essentially trying to be the head coach after Pete Carroll left,
oh
and
yeah,
he
yeah,
and
yeah.
he
Oh yeah.
really felt like he was going to do that. That's why all the sabotaging and stuff was going on. But I'm glad that all that is over with, and he did bring in Chip Kelly, but they also got rid of Chip Kelly fairly
Right.
quickly too.
Now, firing Josh McDaniels, even though I disagree with it, I did know at that time. Look, after we fired Josh McDaniels, Mark Davis did the right thing, which is to go bring in Tom Brady to start making decisions in the back end. Because the issue with at that point was we cannot keep hiring and firing. We need somebody to solidify this thing. That's the point where again Mark Davis realized, yeah, I need somebody to help me solidify this thing. So I do think the next two hires that came after that were not panic hires. There was just the necessary hires to get us to the next level. If one of those coaches would have worked out, look, if AP would have worked out, even I would have said, damn, I was wrong. AP is amazing. I just knew he didn't qualify. If Pete Carroll would have worked out, that would have led to a legitimately winning season for maybe 2 to 3 years because we knew he didn't have no more than that. This time around, though, was always the goal. Let's find somebody to start installing here for at least 5 years to bring in a different culture and start building this thing from the ground up. And again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again: the Raiders are some of the youngest players in the NFL. That multiply that by the next 5 years, you're gonna start having a team that can be a winning team for the next 5 to 10 years, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Raider Rebel says,
How does it start with him? He's not even in the building during the season.
so
Again,
go
I
ahead.
agree. I think this. I think it's the national media looking for a story, and Tom Brady is a story. Tom Brady is very famous. He's very well known. He has a lot of organizations, and he knows everybody in the sports world. Who would you rather talk about? Clint Kubiak or Tom Brady as a national media? Obviously, Tom Brady. He's going to bring you more noise, which means that every time it's a national sports media person runs into Tom Brady, guess what they're trying to get out of him? Information that's going to sell. Regarding the Raiders, is very good information that's going to sell. That's why they keep selling this idea of Tom Brady is like running the organization. It's like, no, he's not. He's doing his part, but he can only do his part, and that's it. He's not doing any other person's parts.
Well, the thing
You think
about it is, go ahead.
somebody thinks Pete was a panic hire
Yeah,
because Ben
I
Johnson
don't think.
rejected them?
Well,
I don't. I
I
need
don't
to.
think you could call it an emergency hire, but I wouldn't say it was a panic
Panic
hire.
hire. Exactly.
And even
Exactly.
if it was a panic hire, it wasn't that bad of a hire. The reason
Exactly.
why it didn't work was because of Chip Kelly. Because had Chip Kelly, because see what happened is the owner got one guy, and Spike Tech got somebody else, or Tom Brady got somebody else, and it wasn't a meeting of the minds there. So that's why it was a
Mm-hmm.
clash there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
reason why that didn't work, and that's what we do to ourselves. We shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Now,
Look, here,
go ahead.
yeah, here's the way that I read it. If you want to read it differently, the Raiders were always looking for an offensive minded coach. I do think that. Ben Johnson was just the best one last year, and we couldn't get him. And after we couldn't get him, we kind of had to do a emergency hire, not a panic hire, but we just need somebody to bring back in a winning culture. If Ben Johnson would have said yes, Ben Johnson would have just become Kubiak, what Kubiak is now, somebody to build around for the next 5 years. But hey, we didn't have a quarterback, so obviously Ben Johnson went to the place where our quarterback already exists. So then we needed one more year to kind of wait. It's no surprise we went with Pete Carroll, somebody who was a Hall of Fame coach, also known to be a defensive-minded coach, to kind of help build that defense so that when the quarterback does come, the defense will be ready. None of that plan worked. The only one plan that did work is, by the grace of the NFL gods, we got a number 1 overall pick out of it. And with that, I'm still saying thank you, Pete Carroll, because guess what? That also gives us a future for the next 5 years. So, yeah.
Yeah. And as far as as far as Tom Brady not being in the building for the season and all that, you don't have to be in the building. We don't know where Mark Davis is during the week. Matter of fact, even if he is there, what good is he? So for me, I don't see anything wrong with owner taking accountability from the top down, which we've been lacking for the longest time, because Mark Davis always been taking arrows and he never just said I was doing it wrong or whatever. But what he did do is show us that he was doing it wrong and he corrected it. So I give much respect for Mark Davis for that, because I didn't respect him for the longest time. But I'm like, oh, you just sitting here eating. That's all you're doing. But he actually started making moves. Now,
you know what's crazy about? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You know what's crazy about people who are like successful like Tom Brady? People act like all they do is like sit around telling other people what to do. Tom Brady is trying to make more money. He is talking to very wealthy people in Dubai, to Miami, to California, to New York. What makes you think he's got time to come to the Raiders facility to make sure to tell everyone what to do about any one particular issue that he has no qualifications to do? He's a professional.
Yeah, I mean, but they have access to him and everything, because like you see the quarterbacks already are leaning on him, so he's paying what he paying with his weight, what he weighed to some degree. Now
I guarantee you. Go ahead. No, you finish your thought.
I rather them throw and shoot arrows at Tom Brady than Mark Davis or Clint Kubiak or even Spytek. I'd rather him be the face of the franchise, so to speak, in order because it kind of deviates the issue from what's going on the field, because Tom Brady, he's a consummate professional and he'll know how to handle it.
I can guarantee you right now, the only person I'm gonna hold to this idea of guaranteeing. The only person that I'm confident that Tom Brady talks to or is allowed to talk to on a consistent basis are people who call him like Mendoza. I think Mendoza is the one person that he is having conversations with regularly, because Mendoza is a quarterback and Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time. So that is a resource that Mendoza would be stupid to not be using. But I do not believe that even Clint Kubiak is sitting down with Tom Brady to make plans, because why would Clint Kubiak do that? That would make no sense at all. Now, regarding the quarterbacks, yeah, I think Mendoza better be calling up Tom Brady any chance he gets, just to pick his head about what the playbooks are, and that's like a mentorship situation. I mean, having somebody like Tom Brady own part of the team literally gives Mendoza or any other quarterbacks that we have free mentorship. He's the owner. You can call him up anytime you want.
Not to mention, I'm asking you guys in the chat, who would you rather have as a coach? Would you rather have Kubiak? Or would you rather have
Brady?
No, not Brady, but Johnson, Ben Johnson. Would you rather have Ben Johnson or would you rather have Kubiak? Me personally, I'd rather have Kubiak.
Okay. Let's slow that down. Let's slow it down now. Let's make that a segment. Let's just jump right into that as a segment. Ben Johnson's good, man. I mean, Ben Johnson's good. He's a good coach. I mean, I do. Okay, so let's see. He goes to the Bears, and in the first season, we're talking playoffs, and not just playoffs, and not just playoffs, like good playoff. Turned the career of Caleb Williams around in just one season, and has a pretty good pedigree of showing this over and over and over again that he has a good offensive mind. Now, who do I think has a better offensive mind? Honestly, the answer is I don't know. This is what the competition is. We're gonna find out in the next 10 years who's a better coach, Kubiak or Ben Johnson. That's what I'm here for. That's Yeah. So no, right now I don't even have to tell you who I think is better. I think we got 10 years to find out. I'm gonna love watching those two go at it.
Yeah, for sure. I'd rather have Clint Kubiak. I just feel more confident with
You feel more confident?
the
Okay.
way, the
Tell
way
us
he
why.
the
Tell
way
us
he
why.
the way he presents himself, because
Okay.
demeanor means a lot, especially in this Raider
Mm,
atmosphere. Because
okay.
you want a coach that don't get too high like AP, and
Mm-hmm.
then don't get too low like Pete Carroll, because
Okay.
Pete Carroll was almost passive, and I can see that uh,
Hmm.
Kubiak is not passive, but he's also quiet. So he doesn't get too high, not too low. And that's what you need. And that's a championship mentality. Now, Ben Johnson, he's cool. And I think that job was right for him. And not to
Mm,
mention, it kind of played itself better than what the Raider job is. So a lot of people are saying that we got rejected and all this other stuff. When you go all in on a coach, you better
mm-hmm.
have a plan B.
Oh
And
yeah. Yeah.
and all those coaches that went last year, it wasn't like it was a bunch of great coaches. Which I wanted Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn almost about to get fired already, according to a lot of people. Which I don't believe that, but I mean, like he already on the hot seat. Like, who were we gonna get? I mean,
Right.
being in the position that we're in, because anytime you, especially a first-time head coach, you are
Right.
attached to the quarterback that you are playing with. Why do you think he went out and got Kirk Cousins? That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like, he went to go get Kirk Cousins because he's like, if I'm gonna go down with the ship, I'm gonna at least put myself in the best position to be able to steer the ship as long as I can. So that's what he did. So
I mean,
yeah,
I find
man.
it funny that people say that Ben Johnson rejected the Raiders. We we always knew Chicago was the spot. They had a quarterback. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to say if you're really holding strict to the notion that we were rejected by Ben Johnson, I guess, but we didn't offer him anything. What he needed was a quarterback. We didn't even put a ring. We didn't even offer him a ring, let alone like putting a ring on it. I I
Yeah,
don't know.
we had Aiden O'Connell.
I
So
I mean, they were offering him a beach island property if he got married to them. We were offering him. I don't know what we were offering him. No, there was no. I think that whole story regarding Ben Johnson. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we reached out to Ben Johnson, but I think part of that was maybe just to bring more eye and more focus to the Raiders in general as an organization, rather than an actual attempt to take away Ben Johnson from a generational quarterback like Caleb Williams. Yeah. Oh no, I don't think we tried that at all. Next segment. Maxx Crosby. Let's talk Maxx Crosby. His comment.
okay, yeah. Let me read a couple of comments real quick. He says, I'm more happy with Kubiak. What's up? You haven't missed much. We just talked about the Tom Brady comment about we underachieved on all levels and no one played good. He explicitly said nobody, everybody, anybody.
Yeah.
Calm was good, and him and Sunshine they're real good together. So yeah, I do
Yeah.
agree he was a good
But yeah,
hire.
even think about him. Even Liam Cohen wasn't going to come to the Raiders because Travis Lawrence was an established quarterback. I mean,
Exactly.
we have known this. If you are a football fan in the year 2026, quarterbacks are the thing everybody's looking for. Quarterbacks are the de facto Michael Jordan of any situation in the NFL. It doesn't mean they'll become as great as like a Tom Brady, but they are the de facto. You cannot rebuild a franchise without a good quarterback in the NFL. You can't do it.
Right.
And it's good. And that's a good thing because football used to be based on running backs. If you go in the past, you'll see the way you build a franchise way back when is through running backs. But throwing mechanics have gotten better. Quarterbacks are just smarter now at understanding the defense and just knowing what's happening. Like they give you the best chance to win the game. That's why quarterbacks are the number one thing that you build around. No one's going to build around anything but a quarterbacks because quarterbacks are the only ones who have full access to the field at every single point, right?
Yeah,
Quarterbacks are your
but the league,
point guard and then your shooting guard.
right? No, I agree. But the league kind of facilitated that. That's how they changed it from running back to quarterback because
Mm-hmm.
they implemented all these rules,
All the
and then they
rules, yeah.
also made the game more offensive and make it easier for receivers. You can't even hit receivers no more. It's targeting. Um,
Regarding receivers, all those rules are not hitting receivers. I agree with. I do agree with them. I agree with them. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, I'm understanding. It's reasons for it. It's even reasons for not hitting the quarterback in the knee, but because you want them to play longer and all that other stuff because it's still a product. All I'm
Right.
saying is that the quarterback position is it's easier now than it was back then because back then they actually knew the plays. They also called their own plays a lot of times. Now these quarterbacks got all the coordinators. All they gotta do is say wristband 16, and they look
Mm-hmm.
at 16 and call the play.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, all you gotta do is kind of know who's your primaries and all that.
Right.
Before, quarterbacks had to know the line, what they was doing,
Right.
the receivers, the running back, and make adjustments like
So
Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
right. So I think what's happened is over the past 50 years, the people have the league has gotten better at teaching the game. And then translated and that got down to the college level so that generally speaking, NFL players now just know more about the game than NFL players did 50 years ago, right? And again, the other focus on the quarterback has made football better. It's turned into the game is more fun to watch. It's just it feels more fluid now. Running backs are. I mean, don't slip on running backs though. They're still doing their thing. Okay, are we reading this?
No, go ahead if you finish.
I really want to get into Maxx Crosby. I really want to
Go
get into
ahead.
the
Go
Maxx
ahead.
Crosby conversation. So there was a quote by Maxx Crosby, right? There was a a Twitter quote by Maxx Crosby. Do you have it? Can you pull it up? Stop people pleasing. Handle business accordingly. People are saying this is cryptic. Oh no, the game was not way more fun to watch 40 years ago. What? No, 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 no. We can talk about that. I'm if you don't want to talk about that, we can. The game was not more fun 40 years ago. Okay. All right,
We can
first of
talk
all,
about after Maxx Crosby because I agree with that. Me personally, I agree with that. But we could talk about that after the Maxx Crosby thing. But so that tweet, people are saying it's cryptic, and I think they just saying that because for one, they don't have nothing else to talk about. Two,
right.
um, it's like when you don't understand something, then your brain kind of just puts in the information as you may. So if you already have this bent or this slight towards Max, you're gonna always look at something and think it's that. If you think that somebody is cheating you or robbing you, every time you see them do something, you're looking at it through that lens. No, I don't see what's cryptic about it. I don't even see what's coded about it. He might have been talking to somebody. Shoot, he might have been talking to himself because he's like,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
let me see what it say because I didn't
You want
never
to know,
break it down. It says
guys?
stop people pleasing, handle business accordingly. So to
I
me, what that could mean before I let you go, that could just mean you know what? Stop trying to make everybody happy because that's what he always do. Is okay. I think AP is great for us, so I'm going to go all in for AP. Same thing with McDaniel's. He went all in for everybody, and then he's saying stop trying to people please and just handle things accordingly. That's how I took it.
okay. You're about to look at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I'm pretty sure that tweet was about Tyrion Arnold situation. Do you guys know what's happening right now with that?
Yeah, I think he got like 9 charges and got released by Detroit.
Yeah. So I actually commented on that tweet. I was one of the first commenters on that tweet because that tweet came out right when we found out that Terry Arnold was. Yo, maybe I'm just way wrong, but I'm pretty certain. I thought actually was regarding that situation that he was telling the people in that situation stop people pleasing. People stop listening to people who will make you do stupid shit, who actually do dumb shit. So wait, so the tweet I didn't think that tweet had anything to do with the Raiders whatsoever.
I don't think it had anything to do with the Raiders either. Maybe it had something to even do with people complaining about him going to the White House and going to go see the UFC fight or whatever. And people were
Oh, okay.
it could even been something like that. Because the thing about it is, this is the thing that I'm seeing is if Maxx Crosby does leave here in the trade, it's because the Raider Nation has pushed him out, not because he don't want to be here. Because
Oh,
we have all these fans that keep trying to speak for Max, and Max already said, "Don't believe none of what you hear and half of what you see," or something to that.
I'm
He
sorry.
said he
Is that
wants to
really a
be here.
thing? Is that really a thing for Raider Nation right now? That some
Yes,
like a lot of Raider Nation don't want Maxx Crosby here?
yes, I know. I know personally people that don't like Maxx Crosby at all because he said
Oh,
"fuck
okay.
nation" and their feelings are still hurt, and they saying that he's bigger than the Shield. And not just one person saying that. It's a collection of people that don't like Max anymore for whatever the reason is, and they've been
Okay.
trying to get him traded for the last couple seasons already. And then once he really decided to dip up out of here, man, see, look, I told you Max don't want to be here. He's a prima donna, he's a diva, and all these things. And I'm like, but the man said he wants to be here. Like people act like they've never made mistakes or said the wrong thing, and then go back and then go for a second chance. Whatever happened to once a Raider, always a Raider.
Right.
This guy ain't even left yet, and y'all treating him like he's not even a Raider. Like this is crazy.
Okay. Well, I guess if you're looking at that situation from a hardcore fan perspective, yeah. But I'll look at that from a situation from a hardcore fan and a business perspective. That was just a good decision on both ends to trade Maxx Crosby when we did. And I thought that's what came out of that situation. That even Maxx Crosby made it known that, yeah, no, this is actually just kind of business. And like Raider fans, football is still business. It's
I've been telling people that from the beginning.
I mean,
And
I don't
speaking of,
I
just
don't know
go and
what you
hit this button on that like button, hit that subscribe button for
hit
Business
that.
Decision Sports because he's making a
Please
business
do.
decision. And make sure you hit the Good Raiders podcast as well. But yeah,
What
business is business.
do you guys think? Do you guys think Maxx Crosby like wants to like sacrifice himself to the on the altar of the Raiders or something? Dude, business is business. I don't know what more to say. I mean, the guy tells you already he likes the business part of who he is. He's doing music. Imagine how many MMA is showing up to all of that. Imagine how many more things he's doing. If you decide to trade a Maxx Crosby, he's just gonna say, "Okay, cool." You know what? Let me just settle this. When that trade happened, the first thing I thought was, "Oh, this is like a 3-year rental. He's gonna come back and retire with the Raiders." There was no part of me at all that thought Max would be gone forever and that he wouldn't. No. I knew he was going to come back. I thought it was like just give him to him for 3 years while we build up the franchise, and then he comes back like Charles Woodson did. That's what I thought.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because wasn't nobody all up in arms about that.
He
But
better not be, man. I'm up. We're gonna walk up in your home like what?
yeah, for real, Charles Woodson is that guy. For
Raiders,
real. For real.
Raiders. You
Right.
know,
And like Bruce Willis says, he needs to keep his butt off of social media. Now that
dude.
is true.
Again, I said this yesterday. So I'm gonna kind of shoot back on that. I'm gonna say this: Maxx Crosby does it. He does it correctly. Like none of this stuff ever blows back on the team. It always just blows back on certain fans. He makes noise, but he doesn't make really bad noise. It's just Maxx Crosby is just promoting himself. And it's good. That makes sense. He lives in the age of social media. How else do after his football career? How is he going to get to 100 million? Like I'm pretty sure he wants to do. He needs to promote himself. Social media is the way to do it, but he's doing it correctly. right?
Yeah, a lot of people have a problem with that. You put your brand uh to the forefront
They're the broke
because
people.
then that's when people get to saying, "Well, you think you're bigger than the Shield." And like you
They did.
said, this is a social media era,
Yeah, yeah.
and I agree. He should probably stay off social media. Excuse me, because anything he's saying is being taken all kind of way, the most sensitive of ways,
Oh
and then
yeah.
you could be, and you could lightweight be meeting some of this stuff. So, I just think that he does need to stay off social media. And then, like somebody say, like winning on the field is going to cure all that.
Oh,
Winning
exactly.
cures it all.
And regarding business and being above the shield, like me personally, I don't hold myself above the shield, but I'm still trying to get paid with the shield, also bringing more people into the shield. So if Maxx Crosby is promoting himself, he's bringing more fans to Raider Nation, right? Because I hope that makes sense to people that everything that Maxx Crosby says and does bring more people into Raider Nation as fans, which is just better overall for the Raiders. It's good business all around, as long as it's not something negative like crashing your car and killing somebody on the streets of Las Vegas. You know, as long as it's not that, it's good business.
Like they say on Jerry Maguire, they don't call it show friends, they call it show
Call it
business.
your business. Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, when the Raiders start winning, you're gonna see a full-on transformation from the fan base and everything. We've been losing for so long that I think fans don't remember what it feels like to win anymore. Once you start seeing that, oh, you're gonna start seeing the transformation. Even on this channel, you're gonna start seeing everything just kind of feel brighter, just sounds are going to start feeling better. Donations are going to start flying in. Everyone's going to be happy. We know, we saw it. We know, we get it. We get it. But I mean, I want to make sure that Raider Nation understands everything the team has been doing has been trying to get us to this era where the winning can start coming. Do I believe the winners will start coming? Yes. Yeah, I actually do. Everything we've been doing is to get here. It's not been a waste. The past 20 years since Jamarcus Russell has not been a waste. We've been working. Owners have been working. Coaches have been working. Scouts have been working. Fans have been putting in the work by showing up every Sunday, losing and still showing up. But we do all of that for the hope that right now, this coming season, that winning starts to come. So
Yeah, let's look at some of these comments. A lot of just like some people have problem with him doing a podcast. Like I hate Max podcast and self promo. That's not football.
yeah, I don't watch it. I don't watch Max podcast. I
I,
don't watch
I
it.
don't watch this podcast, but I have seen a couple episodes, and I really don't have a problem with his podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, like, what would y'all rather him do? And be driving up and down the strip, going to Top
As
Golf, and doing all
look,
that kind of stuff, all the things that Vegas require, I mean, asks of you. He could really be out there doing something. Then y'all be wondering why his play slipping. His play not slipping because he's sitting down talking about whatever it is he talk about on his podcast. It's not like he's one of us where he has to be the one to control it, the one that has to do the show, the script. He ain't doing none of that. All he's doing is pulling up, talking about whatever it is that the topic is that they're bringing up. It's no different than just doing an extended interview.
and
I don't
look,
have a problem with them doing stuff like that. Like those things are not destructive.
look. Max Crosby's already told us the answer to this. Also, I think because in this first season, he was having other struggles with alcohol and all of that, and he's told us many times that he's an addict. He needs to be fully invested in what he's doing. What could you be more fully invested in than yourself in a positive way? I mean, you hate the podcast. Why? It's not a bad podcast. It's talking about himself. It's talking about football. It's talking about life. It's a good podcast. There's nothing else he would be doing that he would feel more fulfilled in. So if he's doing that and still showing up every single day to play the game, yeah, no, good, man. More people should do that. I mean, maybe less people should do that because that just means more followers for me. But I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about Max. My podcast would be better than Max's podcast. Let the man have fun. Let him be himself. Let him have fun.
Listen,
I,
listen.
At least that's
Again,
what I
facts.
said.
What you want? What facts? What you want him to do? He just talking about football.
Football,
Right.
exactly. What do you want him to do?
Can
I mean, I love talking about football. Max, can you pay me to talk about football?
you
Talk
can
about
you
football
come
with
on
you.
the podcast and
Yeah, come
talk
on the podcast. We'll
football?
talk football. Yeah. Oh, are you
Yeah, for
kidding?
sure. So as you can see that the nation is divided on that, and I'm not even saying you guys are wrong because I'm not going to tell you how to rate her. But at the same time, I don't really, me personally, I don't see the need that it's a distraction because that's not the
Yo,
reason why
sorry.
that's not the reason why we're not winning is because we got players doing podcasts. That's
Someone
not
just
it.
said.
It's
Someone just.
not the
Oh,
player
give me a
or up.
second.
It's the top down.
Someone just said, "What's up, good Raider? Welcome to the nation." You don't mean that as in like I'm new to the Raider Nation, right? Because we've been here a minute. We've been here a long minute. We've been here since 1996. But if you meant to his nation, the Black Nation, yes, I am glad. I'm happy to be here. I know everything there is to know about Raider Nation. Everything.
Or even just the Raider YouTube, I guess, or either go. But what welcome. So the tweet. I don't think it was something that was just so out there that I just think everybody's kind of I'm using the word sensitive. That we're
Right.
sensitive about this situation, and I'm not understanding. Like, are we going to be sensitive about it all year about this, or what? And I guess it really boils down to like I think Bruce Wayne said, uh, or Willie Wayne. One of y'all said that winning's going to cure it. So maybe that's what it's
Yeah,
going to be with
exactly.
it. Take.
Sacktown Raider just said it perfectly. Sacktown Raider just said it perfectly. He's been a fan for 50 years. He doesn't understand why people get caught up in all, all that stuff now. Like, again, Max is a human being. He has interests and he's putting those interests out there. Now, I do understand the feeling of people saying he's creating a drama by just doing all this cryptic text. They're not cryptic, they're just not for you. You don't understand it
Mm,
because they're not for you.
right, right. For the hit dog gonna holler. Y'all hollering
I
for no
mean,
reason.
yeah.
Y'all
Dude,
just hollering because y'all saw a rock fly by. Y'all start hollering.
yeah, the rock didn't fly by for you. It's like the rock's not bugging you. Don't worry about them. When Max wants to make a tweet for you, he'll let you know. He'll put your name right on it. I mean, yeah, I want Max to make a tweet about me because I want him to say my name on it. You
All
know,
right.
so yeah. That, I
Yeah, I've
mean, I
been a
don't.
Raider fan for 50 years too, and I don't understand that people caught
Yeah,
up all in their feelings either, and I really don't. I
dude.
don't.
Next, you're gonna be talking about Max's side chicks and all that. And I'm gonna be like, yo, what are we doing here? I don't care about players' personal life as long as it doesn't affect my personal life or the personal life of real NFL fans. Like again, the Henry Rugg situation was a different thing because that brought his personal life straight into our rooms. But Max is not. Max is not doing that. Max isn't doing nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I rather him. Okay, okay, 51 years. I like that. So, hey, make sure I see a lot of people in here that I don't normally see, and it's because we're close streaming, so it's a beautiful thing. Can
Mhm.
y'all put the area code in which y'all are from and let us know where you're from? Because I love to know where we represent, where we got flags at all over the nation. Where are you guys backing in from? Put in
Uh,
those area codes.
and I want some young folks in here too. I want some young Raiders in here, all right? If you're a
Okay,
young Raider,
52
let us
years,
know.
Bab.
If you're a young Raider, let us know. Yeah, we matter too. We matter too.
The real ones and close to Max knows what he means. I agree. I agree. Okay, 52 years. Okay, Napa Wine Country 707. Say it backwards. Is that the 818? You can say that backwards too. The 559. I see y'all.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
Jason. Thank you. Thank you for hacking in. Really, really appreciate it. So,
and I'm out here sitting over here in Canada. I'm just sitting
oh,
over here in Canada. Grew up in the
Canada.
Bay, but sitting over here in Canada.
Everybody always talk about they're gonna run to Canada, and you were actually there.
I drove here too. I didn't run here. I just drove here. And they let me in the gate. They were like, "You can come in." I'm like, thank you very much.
Sweet. You had a topic that I didn't know about, but I forgot what it was. What was the topic you had?
Oh
Oh,
boy,
you don't remember?
I don't think I
Come
remember
on.
because we didn't write it down, right?
I did 915 was good.
It was an NFL topic. It was an NFL topic, right?
Yeah, it was. It's about something. I don't remember what it
Oh,
was.
yeah, yeah. No. I know what it is. The Raiders issued just posted a quarterback position breakdown for the team. This is posted by Levi Edwards. Just go to the Raider channel. It's the first story. So I want to talk about that real quick. Because we got 4 quarterbacks right now. We got 4 quarterbacks, and I don't know one of them. There's one quarterback I don't know. I don't even know his name.
Talking about the undrafted guy.
Yeah, he was undrafted. I don't know his name.
I forgot his name.
You haven't missed a Raider game since 2008.
Did you say Raiders.com?
In Denver. Yeah, Raiders.com. Just a regular channel. Yeah, Raiders.com. And click on the first story. You guys not go to Reddit.com? Reddit.com is nice. Yeah. That story right there by Levi Edwards. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what it says here. It says 2026 position breakdown. And Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza make an intriguing dynamic in the quarterback room. This was you talking about the other quarterback was let's see, what is my man's name? I forgot. He's got some tall quarterbacks.
So
let me see what it says. It says, you want me to read this first couple paragraphs or whatnot?
So before you do, so what people need to understand, so this stuff right here, this is what a lot of important people see for the Raiders. So when they release stuff like this, is to let like important people read up on what's happening with the Raiders. So this stuff is going to be because Levi works with the Raiders. He works for the Raiders. So this is going to be good stuff about each one of these people. So yeah, it's pretty good read. Go ahead.
Jacob Clark is our other quarterback.
Oh, that's his name. Okay, Jacob Clark. Where is he from? What's his deal? Because I know nothing about him.
Missouri State.
Missouri State. Okay.
He thrown nearly 8,000 passing yards, 64 touchdowns in his time with the Bears, and was named offensive MVP at the American Bowl in Florida.
Okay. All right.
So basically, they kind of broke down each one. So I guess I'll read it. It says, the Silver and Black added a proven veteran in Kirk Cousins, who is heading into his 15th NFL season. Cousins, a 4-time Pro Bowler, ranks in the top 6 among active quarterbacks in passing yards, 44,700, and passing touchdowns, 298. Cousins not only provides the veteran influence, but has an established relationship with head coach Clint Kubiak.
Yeah,
the duo worked together for 3 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings. Cousins threw for 1,289 passing yards and 94 touchdowns with Kubiak as his quarterbacks coach and offensive coordinator.
Let's stop right there. That's a lot. That's good. 4 seasons. Were those some of Cousins' best seasons with Kubiak?
Yes.
4
he threw for 4,000 yards, I think all 3 of those years.
Oh wow, yeah, he threw 4K each one of those years, or at least close to 4K each one of those years. That's good, and 94 touchdowns. Wow. How many playoffs though?
I think they went to 3 playoff games. He won 1, I think.
Okay.
And so that's the knock on him, is that he doesn't the big games, like he doesn't show up. So
well, guess who does?
So it's not like he walks on water, but
guess who does show up in big games?
Don't say who.
Mendoza.
Oh, okay.
He shows up in big games. He knows how to show up in big games. Look, honestly, that don't write that down. Kirk Cousins doesn't show up in big games because Kirk Cousins wasn't really in a lot of big games in college, and in his NFL career didn't get a lot of opportunities for big games. Mendoza, we know for a fact, shows up in big games because he did it all of last year and won the whole thing. So, and he did it with a franchise, because yeah, you can call it a university or franchise because Indiana they weren't a football program, right? They are now though. So yeah, Mendoza shows up in big games, right? And this is part of why people have been saying, why not just start Mendoza? The kid just shows up in big games. Let's just start him off and just say, hey, this is the NFL. Every game is a big game, right?
Why the only person over there smiling is Mendoza?
Hey, that's his game time. That's his game time face. That is so crazy. It is so crazy that they took this picture. I'm sure somebody realized that, oh, the only person smiling is Mendoza, but they were like, well, yeah, that's just him.
That's it. That is just him, right? He said
Dude,
Cousins. He said Cousins' agent is the MVP. You ain't lying. You are not lying.
yeah.
His agent is definitely the MVP. Willie Wayne was good.
But I tell you though, if you go look at Mendoza's games, dude, he's got a mean game face. Like when it's time to rock, Mendoza's face is like locked in, man.
Yeah. So did they put out a depth chart? I don't know. I haven't seen one, but let me tell you what I presume the depth chart to be. They're gonna go with
Go
the
ahead.
veteran, the number one right now. So going into camp, I think is going to be Mendoza. I mean, not Mendoza. I'm sorry, Kirk Cousins, AOC, Mendoza, and Jacob Clark. And that's because just on seniority alone, this seniority alone. And so what happens is when you're ahead of somebody, it's your job to lose.
Yeah.
And if the other person plays better than you, you're going to get usurped.
Okay.
So as I see it right now, I think that's how it is because based on just experience.
Here's a question for you. Tell me one player, one position that you think is going to get usurped this year. Who will lose their starting position this year? That had it last year. That had it last year.
Position? Well,
Any position.
It's not fair. I would say, being unfair, I would say Paul Mao because he wasn't a free safety.
Okay.
He'll lose his position.
Mm-hmm.
But another person I think gonna lose their position, and I'm glad you asked this. I'm back on the Caleb. I'm back on the Charles Grant train again.
Okay,
because
Charles Grant.
I went and looked at some tape, and yes, he is a small guy, but he handles business. He's going to take DJ Glaz's job. I'm sorry.
You are
He's
okay.
taking DJ Glaz's job.
Can we look at some film right now?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Yeah, show me what you saw. Because hey, if you can tell me that a 300-pound dude can do it, then I believe you. Keep in mind though, he's also older than DJ Glaze. Yeah, because y'all been talking about movement, right? Y'all been saying it's this movement that Grant has hustle. Okay, good. Has hustle. I want to see it. You think Jordan Meredith's going to lose the position? Well, you know.
Yeah, read the chat and see who the chat thinks is going to lose their position.
Jordan Meredith. I don't think he ever had an official position. I think his position was just, you're the guy. So we're thinking Glaze. Another one said Glaze, that Glaze will lose his position to Grant. Okay, let's see it. Whoever said Jordan Meredith, that was just mean. That's not nice. What are you trying to pull up?
I gotta find. I'm pulling up his highlight.
Yeah, you want to show me this Charles Grant?
Mm-hmm. 1 second.
If it's as good as you say, I say make him a guard. We'll take a drink of water while we wait. When I stream on my own channel, for those when you guys watch that, after my streams, I do play games at the end of my streams just to relax the stream a bit. I don't do it on this channel because this is a co-stream, but I also think Will Putnam will get cut. Yeah.
I don't know why I can't find the dang video. I was looking because I think it won't be copywritten. So let me. I'm finding it. 1 second.
All right, put my names on here. So Will Putnam, yeah, I think he will get cut. Second cornerback. Who do you guys think will be the second cornerback? Who's going to take it? Darian Porter? You think he's going to keep it? If not, who's taking it? You better spam that name. I know what names you're thinking. Who will be our second cornerback? Better yet, no one thinks Eric Stokes can lose his position. No one thinks Eric Stokes can lose his position this year. Because, don't say, oh, see, he doesn't have a position. His position is Raider mascot. Okay, that's AOC's position. He's a Raiders mascot.
Okay, here we go. Oh, great.
Okay, so McCoy. So we think McCoy is going to be the second cornerback. We think McCoy is going to take it. So Darian Porter is going to AOC will get traded. I also believe that. I also think AOC is a good candidate to get traded. I also agree with that. Oh, you're watching that on my channel. Nice. No, that's not my channel. That's your channel. All right, we're about to watch some hustle.
A versatile player in his own right.
Well
In the Raiders' last preseason game and why his future looks really good in Las Vegas. As always, in the comment section below, there as if you're going to run block, then settle into a pass protection team either down the sideline or behind. Versatile player in his own right. We'll break down everything he did so well in the Raiders' last preseason game and why his future looks really good in Las Vegas. As always, in the comment section below, give us any feedback you might have. Plus, if there's any other players you want us to break down. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's open up with a little play action pass, and there's Charles Grant right there, lined up at left tackle for the Raiders. Like I said, they're going to play fake inside to the running back, which means up front, you're trying to sell zone. You're trying to fire out like it's a zone block here to get these linebackers to bite, so that way the quarterback there can find an open seam either down the sideline or behind the linebackers, which makes it a little harder in pass pro. So you need to sell run, get out there as if you're going to run block, then settle into a pass protection stance. Grant does a phenomenal job of it right here. Again, the two-parters, sell the run and then great pass protection. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see a little play fake right there.
That's good.
Let's get Grant right here. Watch him. He goes out there like it's his own play, then engages. Normally, you'd want like a kick slide, right? You normally see, like you see right here on the right tackle. This is not selling the run right here. No linebacker or safety is going to see this right tackle and say, oh, it's a play action. That's a poor job right here. You need to sell the run. Inside, we're selling the run. That's pretty good. Grant right here doing a good job. And then he gets into pass protection right there, gets his weight back, handles.
So look at the right tackle is DJ Glaze. Look where DJ Glaze is.
Wait.
DJ Glaze is the right. DJ Glaze is the right tackle, and Grant is the left tackle. And so DJ Glaze, watch how DJ Glaze's guy always ends up in the backfield. That's what I have an issue with him.
Go ahead, rewind it. Rewind it again.
Great pass protection. It's one of these things where I understand the temptation because you're going up against edge rushers. You want to make sure you don't get your quarterback killed. And I guess it's better safe than sorry. But you've got to give your offense a chance to execute. You have to sell the run. The right tackle did not. Charles Grant over here did. Again, engages the defensive end right there. He's not in a good pass protection stance. Again, he's trying to make sure it's a zone play, or at least make it look like a zone play. Then he reacts, runs him upfield, keeps moving his feet. I love the way he uses his feet and hands together, right? See how he puts his hand on his hip and keeps pattering around and then shoves them? He's not a big grabber. Some guys are big grab and torque guys. He uses hands to almost guide the defender where he wants to go and then gives him a shove for good measure at the end. Nice rep. All right, let's take a look at it from the wide copy. Watch Grant sell the zone right there and then move his feet. Really good pass protection. I'm a big believer in moving your feet in pass pro, keeping yourself between the edge rusher, the pass rusher in general, and the quarterback, and that's exactly what Grant does here. Moving his feet, using his hands when necessary. You don't want to get too grabby because obviously you'll draw holding penalties, and every once in a while you'll miss with your hands. If you rely too much on your hands, like right there, if Grant just tries to use his hands to yank him or torque him, he could draw a penalty or this defensive end could rip through his arms. Instead, he moves his feet, shuffles his feet like you see right there, gives his quarterback a nice clean pocket to deliver the ball to the check down for his nice successful play. All right, now we're going to show off Grant's intelligence, and you can see him right there, of course, at left tackle for the Las Vegas Raiders. So you're going to see that the 49ers, they got a lot of bodies over here. Who's coming, who's not. It's going to be a complicated situation. But Grant from the rip recognizes what's going to happen. He knows 65 is going to stunt around this way, and this defensive end is going to come inside. He sees that coming a mile away. As he gets into a kick step, remember, they're not selling the run here, this traditional pass pro. His eyes are going to be on this defensive tackle the entire way. Only at the last second does he go to the defensive end just to make sure he's not an outside rusher, and then he turns out to be right as the defensive tackle comes right to him. This is one of the crazier plays, one of the savvier plays I've seen from any rookie this preseason. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see Grant. He's got his eyes at 65. Look at him the entire way. He's got a defensive end right across from him, and he doesn't look at him until the last second. He's like, I know 65's coming. I know. I've seen the film. I know what's coming here. Only at the last second does he turn his head, but then he still picks up 65 because he's proven right. He knows the stunt is coming.
Okay.
So if we're saying Charles Grant is a replacement for Colton Miller, then yeah, I'm fine with that. But if you're saying that he's a replacement for DJ Glaze, I'm not fine with that. Well, on displays, first of all, one thing here, DJ Glaze is going up against someone who's coming from the far end. So someone who's coming from that far end there is going to try and sweep. That's why it looks like DJ Glaze is getting close to the quarterback. Well, because he has to kind of keep backing up because that edge is going to try to do a sweep around him. So he has to back up a bit more. But yeah, I mean, if he is replacing Colton Miller, who gets injured often, okay. I don't think he's replacing DJ Glaze, though. Not based on this.
Well, you only seen 2 plays broke down.
Yeah.
But our concern was, does Grant have enough weight on him to be able to stop?
To be able to, okay,
And we got to understand that the left tackle is harder to play than right tackle. So the issue that I have with Glaze is that he always let the pass rusher get around him, and he just rides him around the halo. Like
right.
But the thing is, if you want to be able to run block or zone block, you can't allow that stuff to happen. You have to stonewall some guys some of the time. And his footwork is what his problem is his footwork, not necessarily in this pass protection where he can ride the guy around the quarterback, but in other parts of his game.
So he's not as good against the run, you're saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a good enough anchor. Okay.
And what we're seeing with Grant is his ability to move and make adjustments.
Okay.
And like I said, the main thing that I'm looking for is his ability to not let guys get around him or go through him because he only weighed 311.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. So I want to see that. So on Glaze real quick. So I think if Glaze has a movement weakness, right, that would explain why guys try to get around him. But also given that he didn't give up a lot of sacks, so guys trying to get around him hasn't been as effective. Now, I do want to watch Grant again, but I kind of wish the video would just play. So just play. Let me just watch Grant again.
He's seen this 1,000 times on film. Look, he played D1 AA FCS football, right? So it's not like he got 2,000 reps at Texas or something like that running a pro style offense. Not that William and Mary isn't a good school for football. It certainly is for its level, but it's a different world, obviously than like the SEC or the Big Ten. But here he's so smart, so savvy. He knows it's coming. I love this. Right at the snap, he's like,
you might be right.
I know you're coming, bro. I know you're coming right to me. You can fake it all you want. I know you're coming. All right, I guess I got to look outside, but here you come, and now I got you. Really savvy play from Charles Grant. All right, for the wide copy, you can see right there, he's got his eyes inside the entire scoop block like this. Great job here.
Yeah, I can't.
Stuff, right? Compare his.
Okay,
cut him off. This is a.
All right.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Let's look at this last
really tough block, and Charles Grant does a great job. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. We can see the zone tracks across the board. We can see the zone double team right here. 56 comes across. Not a great job by the right guard. Little zone double team right here. Center trying to work up to the next level. Does what he can. That's really good effort by 67. I'll give credit where credit is due. Let's look at Grant on the backside here. Gets his foot in the ground. Great athlete. Completely cuts him off by himself. This is awesome. I can't tell you how hard this is. Now, Grant makes it look easy here, but you talk about being a great athlete, getting his feet in the ground. Did he actually get him moving a beat early? Let's see.
He did.
No, he just timed it perfectly because he knew he knew he had to be on his horse.
So the thing is, he has a wrestling background too. And so that's
Yes.
what his what they're saying is a good thing about
So
him
you
is
do think he's capable of it?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
But he hasn't beaten anyone yet. He's already had a chance to beat, so he didn't beat him.
Who he had a chance to beat who?
How long he's been on the team for how many years? 2 years.
This is
right?
his second year.
This is his second year. Okay.
So he wasn't going to get playing time under Pete Carroll. Because Pete Carroll doesn't play the rookies. He even came out and said he doesn't like to start the rookies because if he does that and then players get hurt, they won't have players at the end of the year. And he just don't trust rookies early in the season. So if they have more time to get prepared or develop, then he has more confidence in them. And that's why they both, Caleb Rogers and Grant, had limited time. But we got both those guys in the third round of the draft. But we are going to see a lot of them in camp this year, though. We're definitely going to see a lot of all these linemen in camp. And I just think if you don't get blown off the ball, which I'm not seeing, I'm thinking that was my only concern, that he was lighting up in the tail, and it looked like he's handling business. So,
okay, let's answer to Lou Skunked real quick. He says, "quote Spytech, I made the apparently he doesn't like Spytech. Brought you Pete, brought us Pete. No, I think Pete wanted to come. He didn't bring us Pete. Pete wanted to come. Made the worst call in Super Bowl history. What call was that?
Not giving the ball to beast mode and throwing the interception.
Oh, whatever, man. Spytech brought you Gino. Yeah, okay. Gino also made sense. Spytech brought you Cousins. Okay,
that makes sense.
I'm a donkey.
He said Kubiak, I'm a donkey because his lineage come from Denver.
Oh, because his dad is a big Denver guy. Yeah, his dad also won Super Bowls. Yeah, that's what I.
He doesn't like Kubiak. He says Kubiak.
I don't care. No, we can keep talking about it. If a donkey can bring me a Super Bowl, what do I care? Good donkey. Donkey. I don't understand what Pete's a joke. Pete's a Hall of Famer. What? I know I make sense. Maybe you make sense to yourself, but pizza. Kubiak is a joke. Sure.
Oh yeah, Jason, you like how ALC was stepping up in the pocket in that clip? Yeah, I did. You know what? I watched it. I was like, because I made a comment about ALC, and I was like, his ability to navigate the pocket is to be desired. And then I've seen a couple plays that he was actually looking good. But further in this video, if we were to watch this whole video, then we would see this ugly head rear. It rears its ugly head because
that's the video by Saturday morning inspections, right?
Yeah.
I'll go watch it. I'll go watch it outside of here. It's fine. I'll watch it.
And it was times that you could tell that he didn't even want the player by him, and his footwork and his platform was off, and he was throwing the ball really awkwardly and things like that. And there was times that he could have stepped up but didn't. But I just think that he can get better with it as time goes on. But that clip did have me feeling that way too when I first saw it.
Again, this is fine, but this just makes me more sure that he's not going to be a replacement for DJ Glaze, right? He's going to be a potential replacement for Colton Miller, who has injury history, who, as far as we know, gets injured every year, right? Yeah, that's fine. Because I mean, the more options we have, the better, right? And unless DJ Glaciers doesn't fit the scheme whatsoever, I'm just more sure now that the O-line is going to be really good, because I'm fine with Charles Grant. I'll go watch the video. If he proves to be continue what you just showed, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's start talking about trading Colton Miller.
The video gets better. And he is going to be the eventual replacement for Colton Miller, I believe.
But here's the thing: why not just trade Colton Miller now?
No, we already had this issue. No,
I know.
Because the reason why I say that is because the injuries that Colton Miller get aren't those injuries that like makes your old lineman lose a lot of shelf life. Because like a high ankle sprain, a shoulder injury, those are injuries you can play with, even if you were like injured like later on in your career. Kobe
Right.
is still young. He's still young.
Coach
So
Miller's still young. Still
yeah,
young enough.
still
Yeah,
young.
still young enough. Right.
Yeah, he's still young enough to play like 2 or 3 more peak
Right.
seasons. I
But if
mean,
Charles Grant is what you say he is, Charles Grant is also he's not getting any younger either. Charles Grant is already what 25.
yeah, but he's had 3 seasons. He has 2 seasons already to kind of like lock that position down. And if there is someone that
Yeah.
we can put there that is equally as good as him or a little bit better, I'm talking about mobility wise, because we're going to need him to run out and go hit somebody because of the zone the zone that we're gonna run. So
So you think
he's
the
not.
zone scheme is more you have to go out and hit people more in the zone
Well,
scheme?
yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to run towards. You got to be more athletic as a lineman. You can't. You're not sitting there just waiting for somebody to come and then you just ride them out around the circle and then the quarterback step up,
Let me get
or
some
or,
information
or
on that.
or like power where you just go man on man. No, there's schemes, and we need him to be able to move. Like JPJ, what make JPJ so good is his ability to move. That's why a lot of people, and
But
myself included, thought that he would be a better guard than center because uh, the guard position, you need to pull the guard. You need the
man,
guard to
yeah,
go to the next level.
there's a lot of hate for DJ Glaze that I've not been aware of. It was like he was the only lineman last year who actually played the entire season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no.
maybe something
Remember,
I'm
I
missing there.
said
Let me
that's the
see.
thing. That's the thing that I really give him props for is because he was the only lineman that didn't get injured and play all the game. But at the same time, the scheme is the scheme, and he's going to get the opportunity because he's going to be the first. He's going to get first team reps to begin with. But if they try to run the ball and he ain't out there blocking like that, and they stick Charles Grant over there, and Charles Grant is blocking, then there's going to be big troubles in little Las Vegas.
Okay, but okay. So I'm looking at the scheme right now. So you're saying that he has to be more athletic? I don't know. Well, based on what I'm seeing, on okay. So what you talking about in a running situation. In a running situation, we don't need. I don't think we. I think we can design it to where he doesn't need to be any more athletic than he is right now.
But if you got a guy that's already athletic, why should you have to scheme around a player deficiency when you have a player that don't have that deficiency?
Right. Well, because strength is also a form of athleticism, and that might be more useful in a situation than somebody who's able to move quicker.
Yeah, and I see
I
DJ
mean, I
Graves.
understand what you mean. Like, if we're talking about pulling, if we're talking about like pulling one of those tackles, yeah, but you don't have to pull
No,
DJ Glaze if he's not able to do that. You can just pull
no,
Charles
yeah,
Grant.
but he's still gonna have to run forward like 3 to 5 yards. Like
Eh,
he has to go attack someone. He has to go
Yeah, well,
block someone, and
exactly. But
that's
I'm
not his,
not
and that's
seeing.
not his strength because his footwork. He don't have good footwork.
I,
That's his issue. What's his superpower is his arms, his length of his arms.
okay,
That's
so
his
the length of
superpower.
his arms, he's got that, and he's got good size. Yeah, I
His
think you just
mobility
use.
is the issue.
He doesn't need that though. Not
You
every
do.
lineman needs mobility. Like you can just
No,
use
you
them
don't.
within
You
their
don't have
strength,
to.
right?
You don't have to. But if you have a guy that plays tackle and he's mobile and he's strong enough to block these guys,
If you do, yeah, yeah. If you
not to
do,
mention not to mention Glaze definitely couldn't play left tackle, right? Could we
yeah,
agree
of
that
course.
he
That's
couldn't
why
play
he's.
left tackle?
I agree.
So
If you
so
have
so
all those things, if you do, but we didn't last year because DJ Glaze won that battle. So we didn't have. You're saying that there's a good chance we have that now.
mhm,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
If there's a good chance that we have that now, I would agree. Let's go and do that. But based on the plays that I'm looking at right now, all of them don't even have the right tackle really moving much. Most of the movement is coming from the left tackle. Again, the scheme also depends on where the coach is going to run. It is possible to just run more on the side of the person who has the speed that you need rather than Glaze, who has more of the power and would be good against a pass. I think overall, DJ Glaze has proven to be a much better overall lineman. He's good enough against the
Mm.
run, he's good enough against the pass.
We gonna see.
We're gonna see. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, again. We got to put the best man out there. If DJ gets beat, it gets beat. But based on the past, he hasn't gotten beat yet, and I don't see evidence that the beating is coming. But maybe it will be. Maybe it will be. Because again, remember, and I've said this before, because of the side he plays, he's mostly gone up against Maxx Crosby all of his practice, and Maxx Crosby is known for speed and bend. So yeah, that might be a weakness, but it's also a weakness that has been consistently worked on with one of the best in the league. So yeah. Former Oakland Raider County Stadium living in Las. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're fine. You like the team. Lou, I think what everyone's saying is you like the team, but you don't seem to say anything positive about it, which is kind of indicative of maybe you don't like the team. Because why would you not say something positive about it, right? even if you thought the Raiders are not going the right direction, I mean, it's still something to be hopeful, but you just don't seem to have any hope. You know what I mean? Cut Cousins immediately. Why? Why cut him immediately? Okay, so it's fine. Well, if you can type it out, I can ask you some questions. Cut Cousins immediately. Why? What would be the reason? To save $10 million? Okay, so we get $10 million. Look for a young lineman. We already have a young lineman. What do you mean young lineman? Which young lineman? And start Mendoza short leash to AOC, yeah.
So, bro, check this out. Last season, DJ Glaze gave up 10 sacks.
10 sacks last season. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. So according to PFF, his run blocking grade was 63.3.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. His pass blocking grade was 63.3. His run blocking grade is 54.9. And so
he ranks
across the NFL, his 10 sacks allowed tied in for the second most sacks given up by any offensive lineman last season.
Okay. So he was definitely our worst offensive line last season then.
Well,
he also was the only one. He also was the one who played all season.
Yeah. He was the most durable too. So I mean, like that counts for something. That's what I'm saying. It counts for something.
That counts for
But the thing is, what it shows is that his pass blocking is his strength, and the run blocking is his weakness. And then if your pass blocking is your strength and you giving up 10 sacks, that means you have room to room to grow. But with that room to grow, you also got room to get your spot taken.
Yeah, but again, we've said all that before, but we've also said that DJ Glaze is only 23 years old. He's actually younger than all of them. So he actually technically has more time as well. So, yeah. I mean, it's a case of if everyone's getting bigger, stronger, faster, well, DJ Glaze still has more age to do all of that above all of them. And he's already played 2 seasons already. Yeah. But hey, your offensive line, what do you mean okay. We don't need to ignore this kid real quick. It's fine. We can talk about it real quick. 10 million bonus for making roster. Kirk Cousins. That's what? Who cares, man? Who cares? The money is there. Why not do it? Who cares? Why does that money matter?
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know why people.
I mean, even if you had the money, it's not like we can just go get anybody we want. And anything we can do, we can't just do anything we want with that money. Money is meant to be spent. Spend the money. The money's there. Okay, if your offensive line is tied up by Gino, he's talking about the Jets now. What?
Nutty Raider Nate. Who's a better offensive lineman for right tackle? DJ Glaze or Charles Grant? Well,
Charles Grant. Who is better for that?
Yeah, because he knows O-line, and I wonder what he has to say about him. But yeah, so Louis was a season ticket holder in Oakland, so
he's OG.
So he's OG, right? So
OG.
I do give you that, and I'm not doubting that you're a Raider fan. I'm not.
I think
but it's just the angst that you're coming with. It's almost like the Raiders haven't done anything right, and I know this offseason we've done many things right.
Right. And even a simpler way of looking like that is, I get that the team has been losing for 25 years, but are you saying they're going to be losing for another 25 years? It's just, because that logic doesn't follow, right? Yeah, you lose, and then you start winning. Guess what? It's not wrong to believe the Raiders are going to start winning, especially when you look at other decisions they've been making, right? So you can find faults, but finding faults is easy to do. You can always say everything is going to go bad again. Yeah, sure. But I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
And the thing, and DJ Glaze, his first season, he only gave up 3 sacks. So that's why he showed a lot of promise. He only gave up 3 sacks. And
in
then,
the first year?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, great. That's good.
Yeah, but see, once they get tape on you, though, and I will give some of that the fact that the O line wasn't good, or the coaching and the play calling and all of that. But
his partner JPJ was injured for a lot of the season.
But as far as 3xing your sack total, that's Maney. You can't blame all that on. You can't blame all that on that. I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2 times, but not 3 times.
Yeah. No, you can't. He was clearly not a good offensive line. That's fine, but our entire offensive line wasn't good. Yeah. You're pissed. Oh, you're pissed. Mendoza has to start. Why does Mendoza have to start? Why does he have to start? Because you're making that like a command. Like, Mendoza, you gotta start. Why does he have to start?
Yeah, I've already did the numbers, but out of the last 10 quarterbacks, the number 1 pick that started was
Glaze is the best option. He answered your question. Glaze is the best option.
Glaze is the best option, but the wild card is the rookie Trey Zoom.
Look, on the left side, there's a good option there. We just get more options there. Yeah. I think based on what I saw last year, 10 sacks. I think based on that, I would still say, it's still Glaze's job to lose. But again, we are talking about who can lose their job. So you're saying that you believe that Glaze will lose his job, or can lose his job, or has a chance to lose his job?
I'm saying that he can, and it's a high, like a high likelihood.
That he loses his job.
High likelihood. I'm giving it like. Hold on.
You're saying he's going to lose it to Charles Grant, right?
Yeah, I'm saying he's going to lose it to Charles Grant, and I'm giving it like
Fernando
2 ice cubes. 2 ice cubes that it can happen like 50-50. I'm thinking it's close like the 50-50. Yeah, we're
not melting. We're not fully melting, so that's good.
Yeah, no. I think the advantage is like 60-40 right now. But I think once we get into camp and Kubiak sees what Grant can do, because Grant still has to make the shift from being a left tackle to a right tackle, and so essentially you have to change what you were doing on the left side and reverse it. So it takes the reps for you to be comfortable with doing it like that, because I'm sure he's not as comfortable at right tackle as he is left tackle. So
he actually played right tackle. He played right tackle in college, because I saw a film that he did play right tackle in college. Maybe he played both, but the film that I saw, I'm pretty sure I saw him on the right side. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But what if you rather win with Fernando rather than lose with Fernando? I'd rather win with Fernando rather than keep the Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, Garoppolo. You're still hung up on Garoppolo? Yo, that man is over somewhere else and making his money, man. You're too hung up on stuff.
Yeah, they said Charles Grant played exclusively left tackle with William and Mary.
Exclusively left tackle. Okay.
So he definitely will have to get some reps in order to feel comfortable. I just think they're gonna like his mobility better. So that's what I'm watching. That's the line. That's the position that I'm watching more than anything. The guard position is really going to be a dogfight. Mm-hmm. The left guard position is going to be a dogfight. But what I think is, if Glaze were to lose his job, that's going to change the the O-line dynamics because you're probably not going to want to put him on the bench. So now so are you going to put him at guard because of his lack of mobility? But then again, you need a mobile guy at guard too. So
No,
I don't know. It's going to be tough.
I think
You guys might be right. So
he's
he
gonna
might
stay
have
there.
his job till he lose it. He might have his job till he lose it, and then just loses it. But I just think Grant is right there he's right there. Like he's right there. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah.
That's why I give it 2 ice cubes. I didn't say straight no chaser or 1 cube.
I mean, I feel like
there.
Colton Miller's job is easier to chase.
Oh wow. No,
Colton Miller's he's injured so much.
Not a chance. You guys are saying he's injured.
If he doesn't get injured, yeah. But if he keeps getting injured, that's an easier job to chase, in my opinion.
Well, Glaze can get injured too. I mean, he hasn't been injured yet, but Colton Miller played his first couple seasons, didn't get injured either. Like
we'll see.
Injuries can come. Injury bug can hit anybody.
Yeah. For me, I do think when it comes to like movement in the offensive line, particularly in the offensive line, I think you can scheme around somebody's movement weakness. And I think that actually is the number one area in football where you do have to scheme around that. Because just because someone doesn't have lateral movement, they can have a lot more other things that would be beneficial.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think. What about this? It's possible. Okay, it's possible that DJ Glaze can just take on more double teams than Charles Grant can, and at that point, you have to factor that in as well, right?
You're not. I don't know. With a 63 grade at pass blocking and 54 or 55 at run blocking, it's not a game of upside other than your size.
What is the highest grade?
Your durability.
What is the highest grade of last year in the same position? The highest, the top one, because she'll be like Christian Worst.
Of all linemen or right tackle?
All right tackles. So we've got 63, 50 something. Let's see what we're working with. Can't hear you. You're muted. Cousins is better QB than Geno. That's true. Jimmy, Flacco, and Cousins won't be last for. Yeah, I think Cousins is better than Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Than Jimmy Garoppolo, than Geno Smith. I didn't hear what you said, by the way, Black.
No, I was talking to the things. So the highest run blocking grade was 96.8. The highest pass. They got Sewell, Sewell from the Lions, and then the highest pass blocking grade was 86.1 by Lane Johnson. So
run blocking is generally always higher because run blocking does require because you're actually pushing run blocking. Yeah. Pass blocking is harder for NFL linemen. I mean, you might be right. Again, the lack of movement probably does mean that DJ Glaze is not maybe that good against the run. But if he keeps improving against the pass, if he gets that up to around 70-something grading, I think that's quite valuable. Yeah,
and then he can get his run blocking up higher a little bit, at least into the 60s or the mid 60s. Then it'll be hard to take him off the field because you could scheme around some of that, like you said. It's not a necessity that you be elite somewhere at something.
It just means he won't be pulling. You gotta be serviceable. Yeah, he won't be pulling very much, but that's fine. He doesn't need to, especially if you have a Charles Grant who can pull really well because he's got the mobility. Man, I would love that pull coming from that side. Okay, no, that's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, so
all the greats started their rookie year. Okay, so I do have to talk about this. This is one of my things for why I think I would like Mendoza to start rookie year because all the greats do start their rookie year. As much as we say quarterback, since it's a quarterback, all the greats do start their rookie year.
No, they don't. Who y'all talking about? Greats of what? We're talking about we're not talking about starting their rookie year. We're talking about starting game one. We're not talking about later on.
That's the things that I was thinking as well. So rookie year.
Let's talk about game one.
Mendoza will start his rookie year.
And what I'm telling y'all right now, the number one pick that was picked, if he was a quarterback, out of this in the last 10 years, 7 of them started. And you know what their record was? 25, 82, and 2. So y'all, you can say what you want. Their record was 25-82-2. So that's not good at all. And then and they're not winning. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. They're getting help.
I think built into the concept of starting your rookie quarterback is this idea that you are going to lose a lot of games. Because the idea of starting the rookie quarterback is the team is terrible. We just need to kickstart this thing right away. We're going to lose a lot of games. We'll figure it out as we go along. But built into that concept is also the fact that you really only want to do that if you have no other option.
Exactly. I was about to say, why would you want to do that when you got a quarterback that can win games right now?
Exactly.
But see,
and so on that point, I think because again, the Alex Smith was a perfect example, right? They had Alex Smith, so they didn't start Patrick Mahomes, and that worked out perfectly for them, right?
Right.
The Bengals didn't have anybody but Joe Burrow, and the Bears didn't have anybody but Caleb Williams.
And none of those quarterbacks won Super Bowls with the team that they started with, too.
Okay, yeah, true.
So, but here we go. So I'm stuck on Mahomes. The truth is that he had Alex Smith. The reason why I'm using Mahomes is because he's obviously the standard when it comes to quarterbacks. Like, you think I want to name? You think I want to name a Kansas City Chief as the standard?
Exactly.
The standard.
You can't knock us for you cannot knock us for using Patrick Mahomes when he's literally the definition of the GOAT right now, and he's still got another 10 years. I'm sorry, the man is great. I'm glad. I wish he was a Raider, but yeah, the other examples are like Joe Burrow, who hasn't won a Super Bowl, right? He got that in his first year, and then after that, nothing. So yeah, I mean, Lou. So here's the thing. I get
Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years. Aaron Rodgers sat behind for 3 years, and he actually played a little bit sometimes.
Yeah,
he actually came in and sat down. There is
also someone like that.
And then Aaron Rodgers made Jordan Love sit on the bench for 3 years all the way through.
Yeah,
he sat on the bench for 3 years.
So there's an argument to be made here that it's best to make the rookie quarterback win the job rather than just giving it to him. Because the other side is, if you just start in week 1, did he win the job or did you just throw him in there? Again, camp competition, if you can beat out Kirk Cousins, that tells us something. It just doesn't feel like you're going to be able to beat out Kirk Cousins within the first week to start. So I think he's going to start his rookie year. I just don't think he's going to beat out Kirk Cousins to start week 1. Look how many Super Bowls Brady. Yeah.
What's insanity is believing that is better than Kirk Cousins, and why would you want to stick him out there risking this pick?
Yeah.
And you have a viable quarterback that's better than him. Like he knows the system better.
Right. So Lou, that is the other thing.
You just don't like
Cousins does know the system better. Right? Cousins knows the system a lot more, right?
And he's always been efficient, and he's always been a good player. And sure, you can say, well, he got injured, and okay, this football is a violent sport. That's inherent with the game.
Right.
Yeah, he played half a season. The man came in, they changed the offense up for him. He won 4 of his, I think, last 5 games or whatever. Mm-hmm. He won more games than the Raiders did, and he played half a season. So I don't understand, why are we thinking Kirk Cousins is not the guy that he's been this whole time? Like I said, the only thing that's going to stop that is if he hits a wall, an Ames wall, or if he gets injured.
Right.
And they said the same thing about Tom Brady. And Tom Brady won like 2 Super Bowls in his 40s and won one when he was like 38 or 39.
And I think people need to understand that visualization is part of learning. If Mendoza sits on the sideline for even 8 weeks, he's literally not just sitting there doing nothing. He's visualizing. He's seeing the plays play out, how Cousins is running the plays, how the coach is explaining. Like, there's so many things to learn as a rookie that's more than just go out there and throw the ball. And a true winner understands that even when you're not in the game, you're still learning, because when you get into the game, then you're more prepared. So I think there's a lot to be said for sit, understand how the game is playing out. Here are the coaches are calling it. Here are the quarterback is running the plays to get those ideas in your head for the first 8 to 13 weeks.
I know you're not using Carson Wentz as an example. You don't even know what Carson Wentz is right now. You think he's playing somewhere.
Exactly.
Like Carson Wentz fell off. Like I said earlier, you can mess around and win one. You can. But a winner wins consistently. And I ain't talking about they got to win every year. I mean, they win more than one time. They win multiple times. Like Mahomes, I hate to say it, is a winner. Carson Wentz won. Yeah. Like that's just like saying Nick Foles. Like you see what happened to Nick Foles? He came in, won a Super Bowl. Then they tried to make him a starter, and he ended up being a backup. And he ended up being a backup again, and then he ended up disappearing out the league.
Yeah, exactly. Even like Matt Flynn. Remember Matt Flynn?
Oh yeah, he was almost out the league until he threw 5 touchdowns against us.
No, I think Lou, I get what you're saying. I get it. I really, really do. But again, there's no need to panic when panic is not necessary. I just don't.
There we go.
There's no need to start in week 1. There isn't.
Yeah. So actually, exactly. Man talk about it. He said, "Team better." He said, "You the team's better when you play games than sitting." Yeah, for them.
Yeah, for them.
Yeah, for them.
For them.
Who was the backup? Who was the quarterback that they could have pivoted with?
I think they ended up going with David Carr. I don't know if they had David Carr this first year though, but they ended up going because David Carr actually has a Super Bowl ring because he was a Giant. He got a Super Bowl ring with the Giants. I think he only has one. I don't think he was there for both years.
Kurt Warner was a quarterback when Eli came. It's your man's Kurt Warner.
Wait, was the quarterback of the Giants?
Yeah, that was the 1 year he was a quarterback with the Giants because he ended up losing his job at. They moved on from him in St. Louis or the Rams.
Didn't he go somewhere else after that?
Then he went to Arizona.
Arizona, yeah, and then he took him to a
Super Bowl, and then they lost. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
He had 4,000 yards his last season, but then I think Fitzgerald retired.
That's why he became a Hall of Famer, by the way. That's why he became a Hall of Famer because he won a Super Bowl, was terrible, and then came back and took another team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
they were just like, I know, give him Hall of Fame, done.
And he started the first 9 games of the season. Now, arguably, you could say, okay, this kind of Kirk Cousin-ish because at that point, Kurt Warner was still Kurt Warner, and he had won a Super Bowl. So I could see what you're saying. I could see, all right, cool. But he sat 9 games. Eli sat 9 games.
Eli Manning sat 9 games.
So the thing is this. Let me see what their record was, too, because that might make a difference, too. But like I said, if I see Kirk Cousins go out there and he wet the bed and we're 3-9 or we're 3-6, I can see it.
Yeah. I think what Lou's afraid of is that if you don't start Mendoza, you're gonna potentially throw away a winning season starting with Mendoza. Like just start with Mendoza because then you can maybe just get 9 or 10 wins. Yeah, I don't hate Tom Brady. He did not start till week, I think, like super late in the season when Bledsoe got injured, and he never gave up the job.
Dang, you know what's crazy? So Kurt Warner was 5-4 with those 9 starts, and they started the season.
I didn't. He just confirmed. I need to hit the nail on. That's what he's afraid of. He just confirmed it. He's afraid that if we don't start Mendoza, then we're just throwing away this season because we could actually win 9 or 10 games with Mendoza.
No,
that's what he's afraid of.
No, we can't.
And exactly.
You want to know why?
So Black, make your argument. Yeah.
You want to know why we can't? Because there's been no quarterback. There's been no quarterback number 1 pick come in and won more than 6 games.
He's right about that.
In the last 10 years. Like, so for us to think he's going to come in and win 8, 9 games and don't even know the speed of the game and don't know the defense and all that, that's a stretch for me.
Okay.
Like, I think we barely have that chance with Kirk Cousins. That only
He just
depends
made a
on how
good
good
point.
our line is.
That's a good point. So, Lou, hit back real quick. You get one hit back, but he just made a good point. He just said no quarterback who has started game one has won any more than 6 games. Right? So the fear of this season doesn't qualify into that point because that's even more rare, right? Yo, Anthony Estrada.
Hey, he was good.
Give us the area code.
Yeah, so Kurt Warner started the season those 9 games 5-4. He won 5 of the first 7 games, and then they lost 2 games in a row, and then they went with the quarterback change. So they essentially probably wanted to put Eli out there. And I can see the situation even playing out like that. But I don't think Kirk Cousins came in with the idea like, hey, we're gonna pull your cord anytime now because he's playing for a contract too. Whether he's auditioning for 31 other teams too, but at least we knew that coming in. We know he's auditioning for another team.
Yeah, Lou. I'm kind of with the Kirk Cousins too, Lou. I am. I get what you're saying, but over the past several years, the quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls in modern football have all sat their first few games, right? Because the main winners are Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. Who else has been a big winner? Jalen Hurt, but he's he's only won 1, and he's not really known for being a top 5 quarterback. Yeah. Yeah, Canton is full of guys that sat early. I mean, the argument is more on that side. The argument is more on that side.
Right?
Yeah.
When I said, what's his love affair with Kirk Cousins? It's not a love affair. It's like putting a more capable quarterback in. Like,
yeah.
There's a reason Kubiak went and got him before we even drafted a quarterback.
That's a good point.
He went and got him for a reason because you always attach yourself to the quarterback that you come in with. And he felt comfortable with Cousins. And we know that Cousins is a winner in this league. He's gone for 4,000 yards 7 times. And I keep saying this, the Raiders have only done it 6 times in their whole franchise history. 4 times with Parr, 1 time with Carson Palmer, 1 time with Rich Gannon. So I don't know why we don't think he's capable, and we thinking we have beer goggles on, thinking that Kirk Cousins is somebody that we're not. Now I can name a quarterback who y'all think is something that ain't, but I ain't trying to do that with him. He's on this roster.
At this point, Peyton Manning, Eli, Aikman, Bradshaw. Yeah, those are true. But man, football has changed a lot since even when Peyton Manning played. I'm sorry, man. Like football, the complexity of football, the players just know so much more that generally speaking in modern day football, a veteran defensive squad is going to tear apart a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
Generally speaking, right? Generally speaking, football is just so much more complex now than back in those days. I'll throw that out there as maybe a possible reason why more people just feel safer just sitting a quarterback for at least a few games, right? Because again, we're talking NFL speed. NFL speed, Mendoza wouldn't even start seeing NFL speed to the first official regular season game.
Exactly.
That's when he's going to even see what regular NFL speed looks like.
And regular NFL defenses, because they don't scheme in preseason and they don't overly blitz. They used to didn't blitz at all, but sometimes some teams do blitz, but for the most part, they're not even blitzing. So it's different.
You know how you don't know how fast cars go on the freeway till you're standing on the side of the freeway and you're just like, holy fuck, that was fast.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
It's
really
like
right.
You don't know how fast something is till you're looking at it from the outside view, realizing that, oh, this is way, way faster than I thought. The NFL is much faster than college because NFL are the best of the best of the best in every single position. Even your worst NFL player is the best of the best of the best. And I think that speed, you have to see that kind of speed to really understand how fast it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, look at all these players that sat. Like, sitting is a thing.
Sitting is a thing, man. Sitting is
it's a thing, but it's only in modern football that we have this. We need to throw them out there because it's the new shiny toy thing. Because we want to. Because chicks dig the long ball. like we thinking like, come on, like for real. If you really want to do this the right way and don't be in a rush,
do the
we're
book
gonna
part.
it would do us more harm to put him out there and something happen versus us not putting him out there and nothing happening.
And look, and maybe this is the way to understand it. Even for us as YouTubers, like we don't just turn the camera on and say go. Like we do a lot of sitting and planning just before we even get here. I think what we're trying to suggest is Mendoza needs to understand those things before you just throw him in the game. Like have him sit through the preparations of a game for at least eight weeks, right? Let him sit for 8 weeks, understand how an NFL quarterback who's been doing it for 15 years does it and how an NFL coach does it. Learn all of those things before you get the ball in and you start throwing those football. Because we know he can throw. We already know that. But don't hurt his confidence because he doesn't understand the game fast enough before you start throwing them out there, because then those throws start becoming interceptions. Because, again, you do have to worry about that too, Lou. Because we do know that does happen. Quarterbacks get in this league. David Carr being a prime example. You throw him out there and his entire career is gone because now he thinks everyone's going to sack him on the side of the street because he's afraid of boogeymen everywhere. He's walking home and he's getting skittish. Look, football hurts. It really hurts, you know?
Yeah, really, really bad. And the funny thing about all this is when Mendoza was drafted, at least half of these people that want him to start game one were saying that in any other draft he wouldn't have been a number one pick, or he isn't that good, or he comes from he's a system quarterback, and Cignetti was the reason why, and then because he's 30 years old, he's 25 years old, and his team was too old, and it was everything but that he was good. But now y'all seem to think that he's already better, like good enough to start week one over a Kirk Cousins who we know can play the game at a high level.
Yeah. I think the argument for Kirk Cousins does make more sense because there's just a less likelihood of something horrible coming out of that. The worst case scenario is we lose 6 games to start the season, and we're like, okay, that experiment is over, right? That's kind of the worst case scenario. Even an injury leads to what you want, right?
Yeah, another first round pick. I mean, number one pick.
Look, Lou, I'm getting your point. I am. But again, Cousins is just less risky. The worst case scenario literally means you'll lose like 6 games and then you'll just pull them, right? It's not. Yeah. I think that's a good enough gamble to take.
And he will understand it. He will even understand why we pulling it.
Exactly. At that point, it's like, oh no, we understand. But even in a medium case scenario, Cousins plays 8 games, and Mendoza gets to actually see a winning quarterback. Because if Kirk Cousins goes out there and he's like 4-2 after 6 weeks, Mendoza is now looking at an NFL turnaround into a winning club. That also is a win-win. If Mendoza's all that, he won't sit long because it would be pretty clear that he's ready, or at least Kirk Cousins is not the best man for the job. You're talking money too much. You're talking money too much. That's your franchise line. If you're afraid, no, dude. Again, the Raiders are one of the youngest teams in the NFL. We're not worried about the team getting old. Go look at the squad. Everyone's like 22, 23, 24, 25. We're not worried about the team getting old. We got the Raiders are built for the next 10 years. Just so you'll understand that. This is not some gamble. This team is built for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So
we at the 2 hour mark, bro.
We can keep going.
Okay.
If the people are having fun, we're having fun, we can keep going.
Okay, says I trust our coaching staff. This go around. I actually trust them too.
I do too. I think for me, this has been again, we've all been Raider fans for at least the past 15 years, so no one is to insult anybody by saying we're new fans. We've all seen how everything has been going, and this year definitely is different, and the people we're bringing in seem a bit more qualified than the people we've brought in before. Or at least we're bringing in people who have actually won. Not just done stuff, they've won, right? Our coach has won a Super Bowl as a coordinator. Our general managers won a Super Bowl as an assistant GM. Quarterback has won an Heisman Trophy and a national championship, and our quarterback Kirk Cousins has won a lot of games. Yeah, so we've got winners in the house. Trust me, Lou. When it comes to talks like this, everyone talks in circles. Everyone talks in circles.
But the thing is, we're talking in circles with him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're talking in circles because you're talking in circles. Everyone's talking in circles. You want Mendoza to start week 1, and other people don't. And I think both points are valid. But the coaches are the ones who are making the decision, and they're making. If each point is valid, let the coaches make the decision. If you don't like the decision, Lou, I think maybe you want to be a coach. I say, if you don't like everyone's decision, you should just be in charge. You know,
Kirk Cousins didn't play bad in Atlanta. They were playing. See, the thing is, when you have this quarterback competition going on,
we'll talk about that.
When you have a quarterback competition going on, and you bring a quarterback in, give him the bag, and then you go draft a quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. And so then you start playing this game with him, this mental game, and so then you pull him, or he gets injured, right? Yeah. And so then he comes back and he plays good again, and then Penix ends up getting hurt. Now look at him. Let's show you how good those decisions were. The GM is not there no more. The coach is not there no more. Mm-hmm. Her Cousins isn't there no more. Mm-hmm. And Penix is about to lose his job to Tua.
And the Raiders right now are better. Your camera's doing this thing again.
So I got to reset it.
The Raiders right now are a better squad than the Falcons were on paper.
Even now.
Yeah. I believe. I believe. So I think Kirk Cousins is in a better situation. And again, Lou, to calm your nerves, brother, if it's as bad as you're thinking it's going to go, there will still be plenty of time to make a playoff push if Mendoza is as good as we believe he is. If it's really this shit show and we're going 0-6, yeah, Mendoza's in the game, but that's plenty of time for Mendoza to become the person we believe he can. Look, but it's a win-win to just start Cousins. It's not a crazy idea, right?
But we shouldn't be talking about playoffs anyway, because if we start Mendoza and he start off 2-6, do we pull him and then put in Kirk Cousins? Then what do you think that's going to do to his confidence?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, yeah, again, Lou, that's the other scenario, right? If you start Mendoza and he goes 0-6, then what? Guess how many of your YouTubers are going to start the is it time to replace Mendoza conversation? I can tell you one.
No, they just gonna call him a bust.
Exactly. So there's room to decrease all the negative noise by just simply being wise about your investment, right?
Why not just trust Kubiak? Kubiak already told us what the plan is. Why not just trust him?
And I think the answer is we've been losing for so long, we don't trust anything or anyone anymore. So ultimately, we're just looking for a miracle. And I've said for a long time, the Raiders need to stop looking for a miracle. We need to actually build a franchise. We are building a franchise now. We're no longer looking for a miracle. Mendoza's not a savior. Jamarcus Russell was a savior, because I can tell you when Jamarcus Russell was drafted, we looked at him as a savior. And I can tell you right now, less people are looking at Mendoza as a savior. All he has to do is just play football. No, you wouldn't. Lou, I can guarantee you would not rather lose with Mendoza. I can guarantee if Mendoza does bad, what the conversation about replacing him will start. Again, because if you're going based on what we know is the case, that is more truthful. That the moment Mendoza starts doing badly, we're going to start asking, is he a bust? Is it as Jamarcus Russell? I can guarantee you that's more likely to happen, because that's what's happened every single time, right? So I'd rather not lose. If I have to lose, if I have to lose, I'd rather lose with Cousins right now, because if I'm losing with Cousins, hey, I still got hope that Mendoza would have learned enough to give us the turnaround that we're looking for. But I do not see how it makes sense I don't see how it makes sense to just jump to the notion that Mendoza needs to start. It's like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Right. Though I understand it, but I don't think so. But I should say that I've always been on the side of not starting QBs week one. That's always been my default. For most quarterbacks, I've always said if you start on week one, you might be inviting more trouble than not. But hey, guess what, Lou? There's still 3 games of preseason. It may turn out that Cousins is actually washed, and we will know that, and we will have an idea of that in preseason. Yeah, I've also heard that Mendoza did not look good against the first-string defense. I'm not holding that up as much, but rather that, yeah, he's a rookie trying to get ready. But on every front, yeah, I think Cousins makes more sense. Uh, 2-6 experience is better than no. I for me it isn't. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. A 2-6. I think based on evidence of past events, a 2-6 Mendoza is going to start creating unnecessary chaos in Raider Nation. Based on what I know about Raider history, a 2-6 Mendoza is going to start creating conflict.
A 2-6 Mendoza is going to cause more than a conflict. It's going to cause a confidence issue.
It's going to cause
because then first of all, because you let the nation talk you into starting him, and then when he starts, he doesn't play good, and so now he's not only. So what we think he's gonna come? So what he got to sit the rest of the year and go through a training camp?
Exactly. Because what that turns into, and it's happened with other teams. Go look at other teams. It's happened. That just turns into. Let's sit him and just play Mendoza. Let's just sit him and play Cousins the rest of the season because he needs more time. We literally just end up in the same conversation, but in a much more negative situation.
No, this is crazy right here. 2-6 experience is better than a 9-8 Cousins.
It's not.
In a 0-0 unproven Mendoza. Because the thing is, that would be fine. That would be fine if we didn't have Kirk Cousins. But you're talking about a franchise that had 3 wins last year. You telling me if you 3 extra wins with 1 quarterback, you telling me it's better to go 2-6 with this quarterback instead because he's going to get experience. No, he's going to get knocked out and hurt.
It's going to get knocked out and hurt. You are going to have YouTubers who want to get your money in other wrong ways, going live 24 hours, already talking about should we replace Mendoza? Should we draft a quarterback next year? The noise would just be no. It would be nuts. No. So no. That I can based on past experience, I do a 2-6 Mendoza would be a 2-6 Mendoza starting the season.
Fizzle.
If it's a 2-6 Mendoza ending the season, that would be okay. That would be workable. But a 2-6 Mendoza starting the season, that would be a nightmare. I can promise you that.
Yeah, it would be. And if we do go 9-8, that means we are a playoff team next year. Not with Mendoza either.
But I would also say this: I win or don't win, Kirk Cousins is gone after this year. I want him gone after this year. Even if he wins a Super Bowl, just flip that for picks. I'm gone after this year. Let's talk about that. I don't want any Cousins after this year. I want him gone. You are a rental.
No, see, we got Mendoza for 5 years.
Nope.
We just talked about quarterbacks that sat 3. Now I don't expect him to sit 3. I'm not expecting him to sit 3 years, but and 2 years is even a lot because I understand. But you guys got to understand, this franchise don't know how to handle number 1 first round quarterbacks. We don't know.
We've only done it once.
So the way our conventional wisdom or our conventional thinking is not really based in reality because we don't know how to deal with these situations.
Here's the difference. When Rodgers sat, Brett Favre was a Super Bowl winning quarterback. When what's his name for the Packers again, Jordan Love, when he sat, Rodgers was a Super Bowl winning quarterback. if Cousins is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, I might reopen the debate. But if he's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback, there is no debate. What you think of that?
If he gets us here or a game or two in the playoffs,
you're pulling my strings.
First of all, when was the last time we even won 9 games? So I don't even why y'all acting like we just got it like that. We don't.
Yo, but your Pizzle says what's up. Your boy
what's up with my brother Pizzle?
You're pulling my strings, brother.
It ain't even written in the cards that we'll win 9 games with Mendoza yet. We don't even know. We don't even know what we got with him. Y'all assuming that he's going to be the Indiana guy.
Look, man, season 1 is my stop. Season 1 is my stop because you're right. We don't know that, but at some point we need to find that out, man. We can't just keep delaying the inevitable. Season 1 is my stop. After season 1, unless Cousins wins Super Bowl this season, we're not. Yeah, again, it can be done, right? Donald did it. Donald did it. Donald did it.
Where are you getting this no O-line? You know what? You got PTSD.
No, we're not going back to no O-line.
We're not going back to O-line. Matter of fact, I thought you was a Raider fan for like 50 years. How long you been a Raider fan, Lee? Because there's no way you can sit here and say this O-line, before we even watch them even line up with anybody, that they're the same O-line as last year, and we added Tyler Lindenbaum. We automatically going to be better just because of that alone. Like, because
the Raiders O-line will be a lot better. Center. The Raiders O-line will be a lot better. Like, a lot better. It's not even close.
And then you don't even want to put a rookie quarterback with a rookie O-line, really.
You can go on my channel and look up what I've said about O-line. The Raiders O-line is going to be a lot better.
Yeah, leaps and bounds.
Yeah. It's not even like, first of all, we had 2 of our best injured last year, and we brought in the best center in the league. Well, by those metrics alone, we're going to be a lot better in O-line.
So Lou, let me ask you this. This is going to tell me everything I know. What do you think we should do with AOC? What are your thoughts on Aiden O'Connell? And that'll tell me what I need to know about where you coming from, because I don't see anything that you think is positive. You think our O-line is trash. You think our quarterback is trash. Like,
you think our owner is trash? GM is trash. Who's not trash?
Yeah, who's not trash? But so football.
If you haven't followed on my channel yet, please go hit the follow on my channel. We're trying to get that thing monetized ASAP. And we're gonna do it legit. So don't follow me with like 10 different accounts. I need everyone to be accounted for. We're doing it legit. And if you can, my boy here is monetized. You guys, you can, if you got resources, you can give us some subs. It really helps. We have to justify this to our families, justify this to our kids, build a future for our kids, get more Raider fans in here. So,
yeah. So he says AOC is
Mendoza backup.
He says Mendoza's backup. So short leash on Mendoza, AOC backup. See, like short leash Mendoza and AOC. So wait a minute.
I don't disagree with that.
Oh, so wait a minute. So you put in Mendoza and you give him a short leash, and then you put in.
Why would you do that? Why would you put Mendoza on a short leash?
Well,
what are you doing, brother? Why would you put Mendoza on a short leash?
Right. I'm confused.
Why would you put Mendoza on a? You need to answer for yourself, there, son. You didn't give me
Mendoza.
Your franchise could be on a short leash.
He said, "You think AOC is better than Cousins? Can I have what you're smoking?" I don't even want none of that.
I don't want what you're smoking. I don't want it.
I don't want none of that. If you,
I don't want what you're smoking. I don't smoke crazy.
Like, she's
my boy Z's like, no, I smoke crazy. My boy Z's like, give me the crazy. I don't smoke crazy. I do not smoke crazies. But no, you don't put Mendoza on a short leash. Mendoza's leash is at least 3 years long. Me personally, I would not panic on Mendoza for 3 seasons.
That's fair.
Well, why hire? Man, we've already explained that. Talk about circles. We don't need to explain. People who like Cousins have already explained it. It makes sense to them, and it also makes sense to the coaches. I just rhymed. Look, there's no way around this. You're just saying that you would have made a different decision. That's fine. That's fine if you would have made a different decision, but you like that quick rhyme drop? Just boop.
I love it.
Just boop right in there. Okay, you seriously think we're winning this year? Oh, I think we have a very good chance of winning this year. I think we have a very good chance of winning 9 games this year. I'm not kidding. I think we have a good chance of winning 9 games this year.
It's a lot.
How many are we thinking? I can explain it. One, O-line's better. That's our biggest problem, which is we're going to run more offensive plays in general, which is going to run more offensive plays. If we get to run more offensive plays, Jensen gets going more. We also have another option in Mike Washington that can give us a quick home run if we need. And secondly, our defense is much better. One, because our linebacker core is a lot better now than it was before, because we actually got 2 really good, well-proven linebackers. Yeah, even Vegas, I think, currently has us at like 7 games right now, right? I think Vegas has us on like 7 games right now. For those who follow the numbers in that way. Yeah, I'm thinking my number is 8-9. I think the Reds can get 8-9 this year. Now, will we do that? Maybe not. We thought the same thing last year, but the difference between last year and this year is the players we got this year are much, much younger than the players we got last year, if that makes sense. So we got more people in their prime. Like Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker are still in their prime. Lindenbaum is in his prime, right? So we got better players, younger, better players in their prime than we did last year.
I agree.
Yeah, I think you keep throwing out names that you are getting hung up on. You keep talking about Geno Smith and Jimmy Garoppolo and cut. Like, okay, you stop getting hung up on names. Let's just look up the standard facts that we've been talking about. It makes more sense to let your new quarterbacks learn the game and learn what's happening on the game and learn the playbook and actually learn that by seeing somebody else make those things, bring those things to reality. Well, literally just saying Mendoza needs to learn how to play quarterback in a Kubiak offense. Why do you have a problem with that? That seems like a perfectly normal thing to do. If you had a kid who wants to be a football player, it is okay to make them sit and watch other football players play football, right? That makes sense, right? Doesn't it, Lou? I mean, I feel like that's how we pretty much handle pretty much everything in life, isn't it? We need to, if we think somebody's really good and really capable, it's good to have them sit and kind of watch somebody who's been there before do it. Yeah, stop talking about money. Why are you talking about money? We have plenty of it, man. We have plenty of money. It's football money. It's like football money is like fake money. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, right.
It's like, remember Harry Potter when they went to the stadium to go watch the game, and fairy people started throwing money everywhere. Yeah, that's football money. It's just it's fake money. It doesn't exist. Caps, they don't. It's just a line. Doesn't exist. Don't worry. Money's good. I would definitely buy the new Madden game. In fact, I will talk about the new Madden game on my channel. For those who have not followed the channel. Once Madden comes out, we will be talking about Madden. I'm gonna go over the ratings. We're gonna talk about the playbooks in Madden. We're gonna talk about the Raiders team. Each one, did they get it right? Did they not get it right? What are they thinking? Yes, I will do an entire Madden segment on my channel for at least the first 3 months of Madden. And I will also play Madden and do strategies on Madden as well. Yes, so Madden is a very big part of my channel. Yeah, football money is not our money. That's not that. I mean, it's collectively our money because we are putting it, but it's no, the football money doesn't exist. Don't worry about that. Especially now that we're under like a really wealthy organization that's worth over $100 billion. Oh yeah, no, football money doesn't. We good. We good. We good.
Yeah, I don't think it's a no-brainer. And the thing about it is, even if you guys have a different perspective and you see the franchises going in a certain direction,
Yeah.
we gotta go with the direction the franchise is going. Because what you guys gonna do? Get so loud that
Exactly.
you're gonna make them do what we want them to do? Like for real?
Here's
Is
a
that what we
question for you,
doing?
Lou. Here's your question for you. When was the last time that you felt that the Raiders made a good decision in the offseason? Answer that question. The last
that's
time
a good question.
everybody else can answer too. The last time you felt that the Raiders made a good decision in the offseason, including hiring, draft, free agency, the last time. And don't even count this time. Before this time, the last time.
Yeah, you're not lying. $11 million for a starting quarterback is a steal.
Oh, 11. That's a steal.
And no, they didn't make the playoffs last year. But had they started Kirk Cousins all season, they probably would have.
I'm waiting for the answer. Anyone can answer. The last time you felt that the Raiders made really good decisions in the offseason.
Man, I'll tell you, when they got Kubiak.
When they hired Kubiak, we all thought that was a great decision.
That changed the culture. That changed the culture right there. That changed the whole culture.
I will tell you this. Jack Del Rio, hiring Jack Del Rio, that felt good when we hired Jack Del Rio.
No, Del Rio was good, and he got forced out by circumstance.
I think that was the last time. I was excited about Josh McDaniels because of what's his name, the general manager that we got with him. I was excited about them, but they kind of they made two big mistakes.
Are you talking about with McKenzie?
No. Josh McDaniels. No, McKenzie.
I thought you were talking about he was with Del Rio.
Yeah, was it McKenzie with Jack Del Rio?
Yes. I thought that's who you was talking about.
That was the last time. Yeah, that was a good decision. That was a good decision.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that we forced him out because we were getting Gruden.
Because of Gruden, yeah.
Yeah, and he definitely was who we needed.
And I, if I remember correctly, people felt like that was a good decision that we were making.
I did. I think a lot of people thought that.
And also the draft was also really good because we brought in Cleo Mack, and then when we got Derek Carr, we were like, oh shoot, we did it. This is good. And honestly, that did work out for a bit.
It did until they got rid of Cleo Mack.
But bringing in Gruden, there was a plan in bringing in Gruden, and that plan was working because Gruden does take a few years unless you are the Buccaneers. I mean, Gruden really only ever built two teams, and the only other team was the Raiders, and he did take at least 4 years to build us the first time before we traded him. Yeah. So we knew that. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying he inherited the Bucs, though.
Exactly. So it was the Bucs realizing that Gruden was actually something of a football savant, and then giving up a ton to bring him in. But it took at least 4 years to build our organization before we let him go. And we let him go because we actually thought, and again, we were right, that the next person behind him was good enough, which was Bill Callahan. And we were right because they did go to the Super Bowl. First time.
I didn't like Callahan because he don't know how to make adjustments.
Exactly, but they did go to the Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl.
Well, I would give a lot of that credit to
John Gruden.
No, I'll give credit to Gruden, but I also give credit to the quarterback. Because he was essentially a coach on the field, Rich Gannon.
Yeah, Rich Gannon. Yeah. And again, remember, like we were saying that Gruden won with the Buccaneers because that program was already built. But Gruden did that same thing for us, and then we went to the Super Bowl with somebody else, and
I know you're not talking about
Antonio Pierce. Not for me. That was not a good decision. Not for me.
Yeah, I think AOC threw for like 60 yards that game.
No, hiring Antonio Pierce was a big mistake for me. I was so mad when we won that game against the Chiefs.
Spy Tech was a good
I was
decision.
so pissed off when we beat the Chiefs Christmas Day because I knew that meant we were going to hire AP.
Yeah, for sure.
I was so mad.
A couple people say Spy Tech was a good hire. I agree. I think Spy Tech was a good hire.
Don't care. We won. Okay, no, we didn't. We won one game. One game. We won one game. I don't care if it was Christmas. I don't care. We won one game. AP was terrible. We won one game and y'all gave him the job. Get out of here with that.
But you know why they did that? Because they didn't want to make the same mistake that they made with Bisaccia.
Exactly. And I'm like, and I knew it. I'm like, oh no. After that game, I'm like, yeah, no, AP is gonna be coach. It's gonna be. I did not finish watching any game when AP was coach because by the third quarter, the game was done. I was like, no, this game's done. There's no life on this team. No, get out of here with that. We won one game and you're excited.
No,
I want
absolutely.
championships. I want championships. You want to lose with Mendoza because I think the idea of losing doesn't turn you off. You just want shiny toys. As long as you're losing with somebody who's gonna be brand new, cool. I don't want to lose. I'm done with that. Do it right and don't lose. Like I said before, when your football doesn't make sense, you win 3 games. The Raiders football has not been making sense. The Raiders football is now making sense. Let's see how many games we win. Yeah, fine. Call them garbage, but they haven't played yet, right? I do know who's already played and that you liked. You liked AP. He already played. You liked him because he won one game. Right. Because you somehow thought that I was going to hurt Taylor Swift. It didn't hurt Taylor Swift. She got richer after that. Didn't hurt Travis Kelce. They still got married. And they still won another Super Bowl. And what did we get? Nothing. We got AP. And he was terrible. All right. I think it's time for me to sign off. It's 10 o'clock. I gave you a 2 hour, 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
We got to go out. We got to go do something else. Got to have some whiskey. You know.
A little whiskey. Yeah.
Lou, I do not think you're garbage. I think Lou has an opinion. I value it, but I also think Lou. I think you're being hard-headed on purpose and not listening to much more clearer arguments for why, which Mendoza doesn't need to start. So.
Yeah, no. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for both of our channels. I do see somebody asking, does anyone have apps for streaming the games that is free? Now, what I will tell you is this, that I'm starting a membership, and part of the membership for our Patreon is we're going to be streaming the games there for people that are across the nation that can't, really the world, because I've streamed games for people in the military and things like that. So you want to join our memberships and then want to watch the games for, I don't know, I think it's going to be like $2 or $3 a month that the memberships are, so it'll be worth that.
Is it VOD or commentary?
Huh?
Is it because are you going to show the NFL games?
Yeah, I'm going to show the NFL games.
Oh, can you do that on Patreon?
You could do it in Discord. But even the
NFL won't block that?
What, on Discord?
Because no, if you're showing the so I will be streaming the games on my YouTube channel, but I can't show the game. So I'll be doing commentary on the game.
Oh yeah, no, I've done games like that before, yes. But I'm saying,
are you saying you're going to be showing the game? Are you sure the NFL will let you show the games? Okay. No, I didn't think the NFL let you do that. Okay. Look into it. I think the NFL's.
But even if you can't do it in Discord, I still have another way to do it because I've streamed games before in Raider groups. Like if you have in Raider groups, because a lot of Raider fans can't see the Raider games because they don't have.
Right.
They don't have, and even here, a lot of times we get blacked out of our games, especially when we're not no good, when we aren't any good.
Okay. If you figure that out, we'll see.
We'll work on that.
My plan, regardless of that, if that doesn't work, my plan is I will stream every game, but I'll be doing live commentary on every game. And
Yeah,
trust
I
me,
usually do that too.
trust me, you're gonna love some stuff that we're gonna be talking about. So, because I buy a subscription to watch the games. I live in Canada, so I buy a subscription. That's the only way I can watch the game, unless I want a virus on my PC. But I can't stream the game. It blacks it out, so you can't stream the games. Kind of like Task Sports does it. Kind of like Mitchell Rams does. That's what I'm gonna do, except better.
Yeah.
With my Raider knowledge.
Yeah.
I've just been a Raider fan for long. I know much more about the team, so.
Right.
So that's my plan, regardless. Okay.
Thank you guys. Much love for the chat. You chat Raiders were great. Are we going on tomorrow, or what we gonna do? Take a day off and then another day, or what we doing?
I promise you, if Kurt goes 2-6, I will want Mendoza. Yes, we'll be here tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, so make
same
sure y'all
tomorrow.
hit this. Yeah, same time tomorrow, 7:30 West Coast time.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, y'all. You know how it goes, because I'm a Raider.
Oakland Raider, from Bay to LA to Las Vegas.
I'm a Raider, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Recipes to Al Davis.